At Danner, the journey is never complete. The Danner N45 Trail Hiker is designed to support those willing to sweat in search of their edge. Featuring per-spare uppers with Areoprene gussets for maximum breathability and Endurafoam midsoles for long-lasting comfort and cushion. The recraftable Vibram Mega Grip outsoles are built to be rebuilt. Danner's Precision Fit technology is available in women's styles. Breathe in the scenery with the Danner N45 Trail Hiker. Wherever you are on your journey, take new steps in the only direction you were meant to go. Forward. Explore the N45 at Danner.com.
Going up.
Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We lowered prices and give you a 5-year price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines non-stop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours.
Weed Week.
All right, today we are playing Would You Rather. You know how the setup is, man. You're given two scenarios, both suck, but you pick the one you'd rather endure. And thanks to actual happenings in the world, there's no shortage of scenarios. For example, a woman in Japan, she received an unsolicited semen-filled condom in the mail from a coworker. This happened multiple times. Now, as far as we know, she did not make contact with any of his fluids, but he kept sending them. So there's that. Or you could have a stranger projectile vomit on your back mid-flight. Both of these things happen. And speaking of having a mess to clean up, as Miles alluded to, imagine, we'll skip that one. You have a mess to clean up, you come home, you find an injured stranger in your house. You don't know them, but they are there. Not only that, but they left blood, quote, everywhere. Or you can come home and be bitten by a rabid fox that's hiding in your driveway. Either way you come home, you don't expect either scenario, but you got to deal with it. That's the kind of thing that we're asking you today with the Would You Rather question, and this is how it works. Give us a call. We're going to hit you with a Would You Rather question. We'll let you debate it in your own mind. Remember, there's no wrong answers, but when you're done, we'll probably tell you why you picked the wrong answer.
To be a part of the big show, the random Would You Rather question, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
And by the way, today's Would You Rather question brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration.
Oh, but tell us away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,304. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat coming up at 4:30. The exciting return of Who Sucks Less. Steve, I don't know how you do it. You find 3 people doing bad things each and every week in the news. It is up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. How are we looking this week on Who Sucks Less?
Well, much to Ted's chagrin, we got away from the Keeds. Ted, we're not really thinking about the Keeds today.
All right, nice.
We'll talk about placing an order at McDonald's, and it's not what you think.
Okay.
Maybe just don't have sex with the New York City subway, period.
So we did not do that one last week.
No, we did not.
Okay, I was pretty sure we did not do that.
He was right, I covered it in headlines.
Yeah, okay. And I crumpled it up. And Mike goes, oops. I could have reprinted it. I just pulled it out of the trash can. And finally, a guy who got cold feet on his wedding day. That's what we're covering.
Well, I know one of the stories, so I already know in my mind which one sucks the most. So I don't know how that one...
I know exactly what you're saying.
How you can beat that one, so I don't even know why you threw it in there.
Because you have to consider the victims, not who's the weirdest.
Okay. Okay. Who Sucks Less is coming up at 4:30. Oh, and if you have been listening to the program this week, you know we are celebrating this upcoming Sunday. Easter Sunday, that would be to some of us.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. What we do is we pull a name out of the hat of a member of the program. We put a poll up. If you follow us on X at Men's Room Live, it is up to you to determine which member of the Men's Room do you think had their name drawn out of a hat before the show. It's just that simple. Hopefully along the way you'll get a clue here or there to maybe think, maybe it's Mike today, or it could be Steve. Ted sounds like he's having a really good time in there. Whatever the deal is.
Or paranoid.
You're going to have you're going to have or very quiet.
Yeah, right.
Whatever the deal is.
Could be any.
You're going to have a clue. So vote if you follow us on X at Men's Room Live. We will tell you the name of the person who was drawn at the end of the show.
Weed Week.
So you will know. And today is the day we do our random Would You Rather question, 206-803-ROCK. We'll show you how this one goes, okay?
All right.
You call the program. Randomly, we will ask you a question. It is a Would You Rather question, okay? And I'll start with you guys.
All right.
Would you rather eat gas station sushi or a gas station egg salad sandwich? Those are your options.
I mean, I've had both.
Gas station, you've had both?
Yeah.
How have you had gas station sushi?
I mean, does it have to be a gas station or is just corner store sushi count?
I say gas station.
This is
man.
gas station.
So you were somewhere, you only pulled over because you got to get gas.
Mm-hmm.
And this
is never a place
happens, right,
where you want to
have
pull over.
sushi.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And you know that sandwich. It is cut triangularly or diagonally, and it's in a plastic little box, and you can see the egg salad.
Man, I don't know if I'm making
bread.
I don't know if I'm making the right decision. But for me personally, I would go to sushi. I don't want to, but the only reason why is I always get nervous about egg salad if I did not make it. I don't know why.
Well, you don't know how long it's been
That's
sitting
what I'm
there?
saying. So that's already in my head that, I don't know. Egg salad that I did not make, I just don't know how it's going to be.
Here's the bottom line. Egg salad gets a little bit weird after 3 days if you make it yourself.
Sure.
3 days is about the limit. My money says that it took 3 days for that sandwich, even just to get to the gas station.
That's kind of my thought process, man.
Yeah, but it's like they're doing it on a commercial scale.
They are.
Again,
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't know. I would do both.
All right.
But what would you pick?
I guess the egg salad.
Really? Why?
Because I used to get egg salad sandwiches sometimes from the drugstore down the street. And I
You
would
got
eat,
them down to Bartell?
Yeah, and I'd eat them in that studio. So I didn't want to hear you two bitches.
Did they smell?
You hid them from us?
Yes.
Did they smell?
No, I just know you'd be like, oh, my God, you're eating egg salad.
You are 100% correct.
Do you think we would lunch
I
shame you?
absolutely
Yes.
would have done
We
that.
were going to lunch shame
You had.
I would. I absolutely would.
learned from this. It's like, I'll just go to the studio.
Look, man, I'm telling you,
man.
I don't like spiders. I don't like egg salad that I haven't seen someone make. I know it's ridiculous. I don't care. So I'm sure I'd have killed you. Like, you got egg salad from Bartell.
Yeah.
Man, nah.
Look, man, I feel bad when I walk in with like 6 wings from 7-Eleven or a piece of pizza from there. But
they're inexplicable,
I'm not
but
going to
they're
lunch
good.
shame anybody. I don't think.
You definitely did.
I might
Because I
ask.
used to get them from Starbucks, too, when they had it. You guys were like, Jesus, man, I can't believe you're eating that.
Well, Starbucks is different. We know that's a little bit
I
more higher.
still don't trust it.
It's still like salad.
Right, that's all. And I didn't make it, man. For whatever reason, that's just a thing in my head.
So you're taking the sushi.
I don't feel good about it, but yes.
Tuna or salmon? They have both.
Tuna.
No, I say
That little red tuna.
That's hard to say because I feel like when the salmon's going off, it's easier to tell. But then the tuna doesn't really change what it looks like. So salmon, you go like, oh, my God, that looks gross. I'm not going to get it. Tuna looks exactly the same, and you're like, oh, God, I just found out it's not good. I think I go salmon. Yeah.
I mean, when I used to get it from the corner store, I would get the tuna.
Okay, how was it?
It was fine. I didn't really know what I was doing. But, like, I decided I like sushi, so I'm like, oh, I'll just get it here.
Okay. What are you picking, Miles?
I'm taking the sushi.
Taking the sushi?
Something
Mike?
about the egg salad, I feel like there might be a little, because not only do you have the egg situation, you have the mayonnaise situation. I realize that mayonnaise is predominantly egg based, but most of
It's
it is
all
not.
egg coming at you, man. I
You
don't
don't
know,
want the
weird.
mayonnaise that's made with real eggs in this instance.
No.
You want the stuff that's like made out of chemicals.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of with Ted on this one. I'm not near as afraid of egg salad sandwiches as a lot of other people, so I would probably get that.
Are you scared of any other prepared food that you might be able to get?
The sushi
Gas
scares
station.
the sushi scares me a little bit more, and anything that's not packaged definitely scares me more. But
See, I feel safe if it's on rollers. To be honest with you,
See,
because I know
Because it's just getting heat,
I know
man.
it's
So whatever
staying
might be
warm.
on there. When the guy sneezed on it earlier, it's burned off.
You'd be surprised. People have died from using nacho cheese
Oh,
in
yeah?
a dented can. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, even that, you're rolling the dice.
And I'll tell you what, man, and this sounds sad, but the best quesadilla that I have had in the last 20 years, we're driving back from Vancouver a couple weeks ago. Oh, Christ, I cannot remember the name of Ferndale. Right? So we get off at a gas station in Ferndale because we need gas. I go in there to get a drink. They got quesadillas.
All right. Is that all they got?
No, they had Mexican food, man, but like they set up their shop inside of the gas station.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. My son's sitting in the car, and he's like, Dad, that is disgusting. I cannot believe you're getting a quesadilla from a gas station. So listen, bro, when you say it out loud, I understand how it sounds. I'm telling you, I walked in there, it smelled good. I'm watching them make it. It was the best freaking quesadilla.
Yeah, sometimes those gas stations have good little Mexican stands.
Dude, they rock it. My kid, he ate half the quesadilla. I'm like, you're the one who thought it was gross.
I'm going to find this place. We're going to find this place in Ferndale. I'm going to look for it.
It's near a Dairy Queen and a Starbucks. There's a Dairy Queen across. I can't remember. We were on 5. Got off of Ferndale. I don't remember the name of the gas station.
Was it a truck or was it actually
No,
in the
this
gas
was
station?
in the gas station.
Okay.
Like you walked inside to buy cigarettes and all that kind of thing. Like this was just built into the place.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to find it.
There's a few. You find a few of those in the state.
Mm-hmm.
I trust them.
I got tipped off about one in Linwood yesterday. My
Nice.
buddy, yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Brock. Welcome to the men's room.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a Bosch. Nerds!
Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Smart Travel doesn't just cover points and miles. They break down all the financial aspects of your trip, whether that's the best days to book, how to avoid hidden fees, or which fancy travel credit cards pay off, and which ones are just an expensive flex. If you want your travel budget to work harder, then dive into the best deals, products, services, and more with Smart Travel from NerdWallet, wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience. Or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 14th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The brand new Grand Casino and Shoreline is now open. Step into the action with Vegas-style table games like Baccarat, Heads Up Hold'em Poker, Pai Gow, Blackjack, and High Card Flush. Feeling hungry? Feast on delicious Chinese, Vietnamese, and continental dishes plus breakfast favorites. Dine in or take out. And don't miss daily happy hours from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. to midnight. Grand Casino and Shoreline off Aurora. Open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. Visit GrandCasinoGaming.com. Welcome to the Grand Experience.
Hello, Brock.
Uh-oh.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hola. All right, Brock.
Hola.
Let's just get this one out of the way. Brock, would you rather have to clean gallons of pee from your front door or a single pile of poop from a beer cooler?
Gross.
I'm glad you acknowledged it.
I kind of feel like that's an. I got a pressure washer, so I feel like I'd get the pressure washer and go crazy with the pressure washer.
You know what,
with
though?
the pee?
If you have a pressure washer, man, seemingly you can find enjoyment in just the use of it.
Sure.
Regardless of what you're cleaning up, I think.
I got one of those things on the bottom now that rotates, so I did my driveway, and it's so much fun.
It's so much better. Look, man, when I'm growing up, you had the shovel or you had the rake. Those are the things, and they both suck. Between leaf blowers and power washers, this is great.
My favorite is power washers, even though I feel it the next day.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, my shoulders are hurting, and you don't realize how much,
because we're
pressure.
old.
Yeah.
In vacuuming.
it's one of those tools that the women like too. Though I let my girl do it every once in a while. She enjoys it. So
my kid loves it.
Yeah, power washing.
Yeah,
because it's satisfying.
It really
It
is.
is. It really is.
You can watch it.
And you don't realize how dirty stuff is. And you just stand there and you look at it when you're done, like, yeah.
This place was filthy.
This is awesome.
Through that gas station, I think it was closer to Blaine, wasn't it? Because there isn't a lot of Dairy Queens in that area.
Man, I'm telling you, we went past Blaine. I'm pretty sure, Ferndale. Yeah, it was Ferndale. My wife and I even talked about it last night because we're reliving this freaking quesadilla and how stupid
So
we
you're
are.
driving back up there just for this?
No, but we said that we'll plan a trip to Vancouver for the excuse of going there. I'm like, look, I'm not going to drive to Ferndale to get this quesadilla, but if there's a reason to be in Ferndale, which visiting Vancouver would be, then we're stopping at the gas station.
I don't think it's that odd, right? Because, like, I dated a girl, where'd she live? I guess kind of towards Woodinville.
Okay.
And there was like a corner store by her house, and same thing. There was a stand set up inside with like little plastic chairs. But I also remember on the East Coast, sometimes you'd have like a store, and in the back of it would be a deli. Would be a couple tables, and you could get sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. By the way, people have died from eating gas station sushi. The worst part is you can get a bad egg salad sandwich. It's the squirts. Yeah. So they're saying they took egg salad sandwich because they'd rather poop themselves.
Well, would you rather die or crap yourself while driving?
Crap myself while driving.
Okay, all right.
I mean, that I've done.
Reason we asked, would you rather have to clean gallons of pee from your front door or a single pile of poop from a beer cooler? We start with this story. In a plea deal, a Florida doctor has admitted to dumping gallons of urine on the front door of a medical practice and has agreed to perform community service, pay restitution. He wrote a letter of apology to the targets of his
Sorry,
body
I
waste
dumped gallons of
bombardment.
pee on your front door.
The judge approved a pretrial intervention. They had an agreement that they both struck up. The agreement states that the doctor, Giovanni Balla, acknowledges and accepts responsibility for the urine attacks.
For
and
dumping the pee outside of your house.
This is his first step toward rehabilitation.
Oh, my God.
He was busted for twice dousing a St. Petersburg doctor's office with gallons of urine, which had an obvious odor. The office was occupied, one Dr. Dylan Dinish, who he basically bought this guy's medical practice in 2022. So 3 years ago, this guy bought this doctor, Giovanni Balla's medical practice. Now this guy is constantly dumping urine all over his old business. In recent months, the defendant became upset with the victim over the business. Cops reported at the time of his arrest. The new guy initially occupied the premises owned by the old doctor, but moved his business due to certain contractual breaches, deficiencies, and inappropriate actions on behalf of the old doctor. Additionally, Dinesh accused Balla of violating contractual obligations, forbidding him from engaging in a competitive medical practice. So in other words, you sell me your practice, right?
Okay.
Now, that includes everything. That includes all of, the patients, all of the
Okay, the whole business.
Now, when I leave, you start going after my patients that basically I sort of purchased with buying.
Oh, he's poaching his. Okay, I got it.
Right. So you just come to my new clinic now. So even though they were a part of that and a part of that cost, he's poaching those guys out.
Yeah, I would too.
Now, the other story, this one's a fresh one. A school nutrition administrator, again, a school nutrition administrator, has been arrested for committing a terribly unappetizing act inside of a beer cave at a Pennsylvania convenience store. This is according to cops. Now, we all know what a beer cave is. It's a walk-in cooler where you can find cases of beer, sometimes even still kegs in there.
Yeah.
Depending on the situation. It's cold. It's a wonderful place to walk into. You're like, yeah.
Especially in the summertime.
I'm in the beer cooler. An employee at Royal Farms in Hanover last week called police to report an unknown woman had come in the previous day and defecated in the beer cave. As they say, the beer cave is a walk-in cooler open to the public to select cooled beverages. All the doors into the beer cave and cooled areas are clear glass, so that provided a visual of this from inside the common area of the store. Now, a police review of security footage showed the suspect pushing a case of alcoholic beverages back on the shelf, pulling her pants down, and defecated on the shelves, then leaving. The cameras recorded the woman leaving in her SUV. The vehicle registered to one Crystal Gas.
What?
Crystal gas.
Crystal gas.
You've got to be kidding.
Yeah. She came back out now. Someone was waiting in the car there. They don't know who owned the car. They're still trying to find that out. And the relationship with her and the car's owner. She was arrested for several crimes, including open lewdness, criminal mischief, and disorderly conduct.
Is she single?
That created a hazardous and physically offensive condition. According to the complaint, which does not indicate why she used the beer cave as a toilet, about $80 worth of Royal Farms merchandise was lost. By the way, she lives a mile from the Royal Farms and is the director of food and nutrition for the school district. Not one school, the entire school district. Food and nutrition. Very good.
Apparently she's eating enough, so she's got to poop all the time.
And very healthy.
More of the random Would You Rather question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring's here. Flowers are blooming, birds are singing, and allergies? Yeah, they're back too. Sneezing, watery eyes. When they hit, you need a tissue fast. That's where Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues come in. Whether you're at home or on the go, Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues have you covered. Allergist-approved Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are gentle on your eyes and nose, so you can power through allergy season without missing a beat. Because while allergies are unpredictable, staying prepared is easy. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Plan on flying? Starting May 7th, 2025. To board domestic flights, your driver's license or state-issued ID must be a real ID. Learn how to get your real ID at tsa.gov/real ID or visit your local DMV.
Every morning brings a fresh, new energy. And no matter what the day holds, we come to the Today Show for all of it.
We get the best start to the day because we started together.
Watch the Today Show weekdays at 7 a.m. on NBC.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
It is random Would You Rather question, 206-803-ROCK. I'll give you guys one.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Thanks to our astute texters out there, the place, what I'm saying is the best chicken quesadilla that you can get is Taco Guadalajara in Ferndale.
Oh, there you go.
Taco Guadalajara. Thank you, everyone, to let me know
Okay.
that. That joint is for real, man.
Okay. All right, I'll give you guys one.
And you can get gas.
For
your car. For your car.
Would you rather always have to sing instead of speak or dance everywhere you walk?
I like the idea of both of those, man.
I think I'm taking dancing. Even though I can't dance, I have a...
Do you get dance moves, or you only can dance as well
when
as
you
can
when
already
you see
dance?
someone dance when they're walking or whatever, they got there's a happy human being. There's someone who's enjoying the day. To get from point A to point B, don't you say like your son is always either dancing, diving, running,
And he's happy.
Correct.
Like, so he's a kid. If I see an adult, I think drugs are insane.
I agree, but also happy.
Yeah.
Because I will see someone screaming as they walk down the street. Drugs, they're angry. So at least when you see someone tripping and they're dancing, you're like, look, they're in a great mood.
But the problem is that when you're not in a great mood and then you still have to dance everywhere that you go. Because now I'm sitting here just having to put on a little dance everywhere I go. Whereas when I'm singing, I can either sing happy or...
If I could sing that as well, that would be... Okay.
There you go.
You ever see that famous clip of like these girls are in a bar and they're like on a stage dancing, but the one girl's like crying?
Oh God!
She's like, like I'm with Mike. What if something terrible happens?
Yeah.
You still got to walk to your car.
My mom's
Walk.
dead.
Yeah.
But singing, couldn't people...
My
think
dad's
about it.
dead.
You could...
Dance it out.
All right, so you're eulogizing someone.
Sure.
You're up there dancing. It's a sad dance. Or you're singing, he dies this day.
It would be a beautiful opus of an obituary.
You got to remember,
Can you sing?
Damn right I can.
Opera?
I sang on Saturday.
Opera,
You did. You
musicals, all those things that we
bet.
hate, they're all singing what they're
they're
speaking.
feeling, yeah.
And I don't like those.
So, yeah, if you sing even we make, you make fun of Oprah all the time for singing when she talks.
Because she does. It's Oprah.
Yeah.
Shall we out tonight?
I would like a bowl of days.
I know.
Now, see, that would
She can't
drive
help herself.
everyone crazy around you.
There's
There's a prize underneath your seat.
We call them the human soundtrack. They don't even realize it. It's just how they talk.
Yeah. No, I'd say, see, I think people could not be around you. I think that would get to the point where people would not want to go out with you. They would tell you to shut up. You would get in fights at bars. I mean, seriously.
I don't want to fight you.
The whole thing.
I just can't help it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get your ass kicked. Because at least you can sit down. If it's a dance thing, like if I sit down, then I'm just sitting down.
Why don't you go to hell?
Right. But if you're sitting down, you still got to sing to me. Can I take your order? 2 Big Macs.
Now, I'm
A
dancing.
chocolate shake.
I'm dancing.
You dancing? I'm dancing.
I'm dancing.
You're going with singing, Mike? All right. Hello, Dave. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys.
Hola. Dave, welcome to the program. And the random Would You Rather question. Let's go with
thank
this one, Dave. Okay? All right. Would you rather live in an area where there's a dog that is roaming and attacking everything?
All right.
Or would you rather live in an area where there is a possible serial killer?
I'm taking the serial killer.
I mean, I think your odds are a little better.
Because
No.
dude, most serial killers are not going to kill like in the neighborhood they live in, man. But the dog, right? That's generally the rule. Generally, maybe.
I don't know. Dahmer took his home.
That's why Dahmer's extreme. There's like thousands of serial killers. We know who he is.
The thing, you don't know, man. Your neighbor could be a serial killer you don't know.
I might be the serial killer. You don't know.
Exactly.
But if I'm a dog that's attacking everything, you're about to get attacked.
Nah, I know that dog.
Right, so there's a dog roaming the neighborhood that attacks people.
Attacks everything. Your dog, you, no matter what.
Or there's a serial killer in my neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yep.
Serial killer.
I'm taking a serial killer.
Dog.
What? You're going to get attacked. Chances are the serial killer is not going to kill you. You live in a neighborhood.
No. I will find a way to get out and around the dog. At least the dog attack is not going to kill me. It'll hurt.
You don't know that.
But I know also how to avoid a dog-on-dog attack.
Well, how? This dog attacks everything.
I just
Whatever
told
you do to avoid it, this dog just attacks.
Can he
you.
shoot it?
Well, no,
Well, no.
because then that ruins it, Ted.
All right.
Come on, man.
Sorry.
Don't be that guy.
Well,
I don't know why you're picking dog.
I think I'm taking the serial killer.
Yes.
Without question.
Without question.
Yeah.
What's
There's
your
a
mind?
chance we have interacted with a serial killer. I've never been bitten by a dog.
I've never been bitten by a serial killer.
No.
Boom.
Check.
Hey, Dave, what are you taking, man?
I'm going to go with Mike and just, I feel like it's, I don't
What?
know.
Thank you.
Mike,
What did
You
you
could
think
get
is
attacked multiple times. I can
We're
only
saying
die
that
once.
This dog is going to attack you.
Yes, it
And
is.
even if it did
Yeah,
it yesterday, it's going to do it again tomorrow. It's just like going to work, right? But the serial killer, he's unlikely to kill you. Statistically,
Why do you say that?
He does.
Because serial killers do not kill 500,000 people, right? Maybe they
Dogs
reckon
don't bite 500,000
this
people.
dog does. This dog specifically attacks everything. Everything, man. You walk outside and attacks you. Amazon won't deliver
I
because
got
they
a
get
big
attacked.
neighborhood.
The serial killer, if there's an average serial killer, the odds are very, very low.
But they're not zero. I got a big-ass neighborhood with a long stretch of ground where I
Yeah.
can see that dog coming.
But it's still going to attack you.
It's going to try. I'm going to run to my car.
Just saying. Just saying.
Reese, the reason we asked, would you rather live around a dog that attacks everyone or a possible serial killer? We touched on this story a little bit yesterday.
Do you
but,
think we've met a serial killer?
Yes.
I do too.
I think we met someone who's definitely killed someone.
I know for a fact that we've met someone who's killed someone because he confessed to both of us.
Oh, yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
This mover
Right,
guy, and
yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm just uncomfortable.
So
He also said, "I'll do it. I broke your
Mike,
dresser." I'm like, it's completely
Mike,
cool.
I swear to God. So the way this worked out was we had the
This is
same
crazy.
same moving company bring our stuff to our homes. The way it worked out was Steve's stuff was in the back of the truck. All right,
Right.
the 18-wheeler. Mine was in the middle.
Times haven't changed.
Ted's was on Ted's was at the door, right? So Ted gets his stuff first because it's the first stuff off
Sure.
the truck. You know, or maybe I can't remember. No, I think we put it in a storage unit. It didn't work like that. Either way,
Yeah,
right?
my stuff was in the apartment.
So they dropped my stuff off.
It's a comfortable couch, Mike.
So I'm like, dude, I got to tell you something, man. Because Steve is the next day. I'm like, I'm not making this up. I'm pretty sure one of the movers basically told me that he killed his ex-girlfriend or wife.
Yeah.
And I'm almost positive he did. Because he said, yeah, man, they ask me all the time. They keep coming to my door, but they never caught him. They never caught him. And I'm like, Steve, this guy, just know. The guy that can put a piano up 3 flights of steps with his pinky, think he killed his ex. You don't want to mess with movers, period.
Oh, yeah, and I was like, come on, man. I think he's joking around, but the next day, they're grabbing my stuff, man. And he was cool for like 20 minutes. Seriously.
As serial killers
Because they're
are.
just going, like in and out of the front doors. You see him for like, 2 minutes, then he disappears. He comes back up. So the conversation's broken up, but he's like, yeah, man, I lost my wife like 2 years ago or something. And he's out the door. I'm like, okay. Wait a couple minutes, comes back up the stairs. Yeah, they think she was murdered. Back out the door. I'm like, oh, crap, man. Miles was telling me this. And this dude is dead serious, man. But he would say stuff like, I don't know, they're still looking for the killer. They never found me. I mean, they talked to me. They never found him. So it went from me
They
to
never found the
him.
body.
And I'm like, and that's like when my blood ran cold. I'm like, homeboy just said they never found me.
Yeah.
Then when he came back, he changed it to him, but he didn't do it like he was
my
cool.
God.
Yes. And this is like
But
20 minutes into the move,
He did the same thing with me. And that's why I was like, hey, man, this guy killed somebody. Just so you know, he's just randomly talking.
No, you weren't wrong.
Yeah.
So, like, an hour into this, he, like, smashed my dresser on the door frame, right? And, like, broke one of the doors or drawer faces. And he's like, oh, hey, man, I'm really sorry. I kind of busted up your dresser. Well, now I know this man's a murderer. So I'm like, oh, bro, it's completely cool.
Yeah.
It is absolutely. Don't you even, I can pay you back. No.
Reason we asked, would you
Not
rather
asking for it.
Water under the bridge, brother.
live around a dog that attacks or a possible serial killer? Seattle police arrested a 30-year-old woman for letting her pit bull attack other people and their pets on Friday. A viral post on Reddit shows video of one of the attacks. In the video, you can see the woman screaming as she tries to keep her dog away from the pit bull. You can also see a person, matching the description of the suspect in the video, doing nothing to stop the attack. According to the police report, the victim tried to move her dog to the other side of the street to avoid the off-leash pit bull that was charging toward them.
Yeah, good idea.
But then the dog charged, and the dog was off-leash and out of control. Now, the owner was just screaming and running around following the dog, but not trying to grab him or anything. Then she would intermittently grab the dog and then let him go and push him toward the other dog.
What?
According to the police report, Kelly's dog attacked several pets on Friday, not just that one. So investigators reported that Kelly said her pit bull was not on a leash because it's not a dog. It's the chupacabra, according to the police report.
Oh,
Yes.
boy.
Oh.
Investigators
Taser.
also reported Kelly was shouting, "Let him do his thing," as her dog was attacking, and that she tried to stop other people from breaking up the fight. Now, she was arrested and charged with animal cruelty. If I'm not mistaken, this happened in the area of Dexter.
That is insane.
Queen Anne, sort of.
That's brutal. And I just think people don't realize how bad a pit bull bite would hurt.
But also, I think she's crazy.
Also,
Well,
multiple
obviously
dogs.
she's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah. Multiple dogs were attacked. So that's the only one you know of. I'm sure another dog probably ended up going to the vet based on those attacks. Speculation about a serial killer in New England is gaining significant traction.
A serial killer.
Specifically stemming from discussions in a private Facebook group called the New England Serial Killer. Now, members of the group on social media, on other platforms, are posting several recent discoveries of human remains in Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island between March and April. So 3 sets of human remains have been identified. New Haven police identified the remains of Denise Leary, missing 59-year-old mother of 2. Norfolk police identified the remains of 35-year-old Paige Fannin of West Islip, New York. Her remains were found in a moving river after heavy rainfall the night before. Rhode Island State Police identified remains found in a wooded area of Foster as 56-year-old Michelle Romano. Their cases of death have not been released. All 3, though, apparently have died the same way.
Okay.
As far as what they could tell.
So that's their way of saying it's a serial killer. We just can't tell you. It's
Well,
a
the
serial
investigation is in the early stages and
Okay.
remains active and ongoing. But, of course, the police are saying there's no connection that they have made so far.
killer. Okay.
So
we just thought we'd bring it up.
There's no concrete evidence.
No connection. We just want you to know.
Yeah.
I'm still taking serial killer. I'm sorry, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could be living beside one right now.
Exactly. That's my
And
point.
he's just sitting there waiting, plotting. trying to figure out how
But
he's
he's not going to get me. Look, the thing I see about serial killers, they do the thing. I'm sure they have the patterns and all this, but you still try to keep the crime away from your house, even if they drag them home. So maybe I'll see my neighbor dragging up an unusually large and moving trash bag. Fine, I still feel safe. But if my neighbor's out there with his dog, it's like I want to smoke a cigarette and this dog is going to maul me. No.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but there's a difference between suspecting that you live close to a serial killer and knowing that you live close to a serial killer.
Sure.
Knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt, within a 100-yard radius of you, you live next to a serial killer.
If you are a really good serial killer, you're still out there.
Yeah.
Sure.
You haven't been caught yet.
And you should Google how many active serial killers they think are just on the roads or in this country right at any given time.
For an example, a doctor in Germany was just in court, I believe, last week. He was found guilty of murdering 15 of his patients. He basically admitted to being a serial killer. These were not end-of-death situations. Well, the first girl he killed was 25 years old.
Jesus.
So this guy was doing it. He did it for years before he got
Just
caught.
like random surgeries, and he'd whack them?
I don't know how he picked the people that he wanted to off, but he did this cocktail.
I do not like your bedside manner.
He did this cocktail, basically, where the patients died within minutes. So whatever it was like, I don't know. It happened in front of him. So it wasn't like they went home, did not feel well. They passed on in the hospital.
Not a very good serial killer.
No.
But his neighbor probably said, wow, my neighbor was a serial killer. But he didn't kill me. What do you got, Mike?
I see a little interactive map here, and it says that there's over 300 serial killers here in Washington State.
Hey, Washington State.
How do we know that? We can't catch them.
What do you mean 300?
You can't catch them, but
That might be throughout the history of Washington State. That's what I'm trying to read through over here. But
Are they saying active?
It said 390s. I typed in active, doggone active serial killers in Washington State in 2025, and it says serial killers by state 2025. And if I highlight over Washington, it says 396.
Does that mean in the history of the state?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
But an active. All right, go down to Oregon. What is Oregon?
Oregon's got 175.
Okay.
But down to California, those crazy mofos, 1,777 serial killers.
Okay.
Yeah. So this doctor.
How about Utah, right? Because they play clean.
86.
Yeah, see, Utah's so Utah all the time.
It's because there's nobody there.
What about West Virginia?
West Virginia, 43.
Oh,
That's
not
it?
bad. Not bad.
All right, how about Maryland?
Maryland,
I'll say 150.
150. Thrill,
207.
207. Ted,
185.
Steve, you were the closest without going over. You said 207, 213.
But guess what? It doesn't matter. If you want to kill someone in Baltimore, you just kill them.
I know.
I mean,
But even
you
if
need
I'm killing for drug reasons and there are other drug dealers, technically it still makes me a serial killer.
I think if you kill more than two, I think. All right, how about Florida?
No. I don't believe that.
No, they got some way they define it.
No.
Florida's got 933.
That sounds about right.
Time out.
That sounds about right.
If I am in the business of drugs, and that's part of my life, and
You're a multi-murderer.
I'm a
Multiple
murderer.
murderer.
I have a reason for what I am doing, and that is business and protecting
You're
my
called a
business
multi-murderer.
and making money.
Right.
I've
You're still a serial killer.
No, I don't
South
believe
Dakota has 10.
So you're telling me like Sammy the Bull.
Everyone there?
I think a serial killer kills for the enjoyment of killing.
Hey, Mike,
I
can
think
you
it's just
Google
a numbers
that?
game.
I don't think that people that are offing people because of drug deals.
I think it's like
they're not doing it because they enjoy it. They're doing it as a matter of business.
I think every serial killer is a multi-murderer, but not every multi-murderer is a serial killer.
Correct. I mean, think about people who go to war, right?
Yeah.
They're not serial killers. They're doing their job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, correct, but they're also under distress.
Yes,
like Sammy the Bull was just whacking people. So you could say, hey, my boss.
His heart spiked a little.
But I'm just saying, like, it's not like he was getting in gunfights, right? You're a Marine in Fallujah. Like, you're in a gunfight. I think that's completely different. As I still think he counts as a serial killer. So it's like, why kill for money?
All right. Okay, you're one of those drone pilots. You know, you live in downtown Las Vegas. You drive to an office park. You go in, and you are flying a drone for real over Syria or wherever you are. And you put a bomb down, man, and, you knock out a building with 30 people in it. And you drive back to your home in Las Vegas. That's what they do. I would lose my mind if I knew that I just destroyed 30 people's lives on an afternoon.
Depends if I knew them.
Yeah, but they're not serial killers.
Right.
They're just,
doing their job.
Doing their job. All right, let's see here. Random Would You Rather question 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Rock. Ross, welcome to the men's room.
Rose.
Oh, dude. My bad.
Ross. How you doing, Ross?
Yeah.
Hello, Rose. How are you?
From Tacoma.
All right, Miles, you might be right.
Hello, Ross in Tacoma.
Yeah.
Hang on, Ross. What are they saying about serial killers versus multi-murderers?
While both hitmen and serial killers commit multiple murders, they are not typically considered to be in the same category. Hitmen primarily work for hire, motivated by financial gain to eliminate rivals, where serial killers are driven by a psychological need or thrill.
Or just say serial killers do it for free.
It's because you told us to, Steve. Driven by a
What's
thrill.
worse, a dude that goes, pay me money and I'll commit murder, or a guy that does it for the
The guy that
pure
does it for the
joy.
joy, man. That's terrible.
Okay.
They're both terrible.
They are terrible.
horrible people.
But
Who
if
would
you're
you rather live next to? One, you get to pick your neighbor.
the guy who's paid.
The guy gets paid?
Yes. Yes. Because he at least, okay, here's the thing. He doesn't kill until he gets money for it.
Sure.
So to some degree, he is justified with himself. Like, it's okay for this person to die because there's somebody willing to pay for your death.
And I
charge a
justifies it to themselves. Because I'm crazy.
Exactly. That's why. Because they're so unhinged. They're just like, I feel like killing someone today. Like, no, screw
Okay,
that.
all right, not a bad point.
That's
Not a bad
insane.
point.
All right, Rose. Here you go. You ready?
Yup.
All right, Rose.
Get ready, Ross. Would you rather your parents or your partner's parents walk in on you during sex? So
Neither, goddammit, Miles.
I
That's
know
a
that.
horrible question.
But your boyfriend's
Come on,
parents
Rose.
or your parents? Who walks in on you while you're having sex with your partner?
Well, I haven't spoken to my parents in 3 years, so I guess probably my boyfriend's parents.
Wouldn't you want to talk to him again? Wouldn't that be the perfect time to break the ice?
No, God, no. They couldn't make time to come to my son's memorial service, so,
So would
why
you stop?
I want to see him then?
Would you stop and yell at them if they walked in on you?
No, I would just tell them to get out.
All right. And with your partner's parents, would you ask them to jump on in? Or?
Oh, for the love of God, that's a no.
Okay. All right.
What if it's just one of them?
Yeah.
And it's just like, not both of you, but you stay.
I'd probably take my in-laws. They'd be unusually cool about it.
I'd pick my parents on this one.
I'm with you. Oddly, I'm taking my mom.
Yeah.
Like,
Mom,
this is awkward, but also great to see you.
I feel like my in-laws are dragging out too long. Oh, we're so sorry. Like, okay. Cool. All right.
I would just worry, like, I'm not dating anybody currently, but I would worry she had a father that would be very upset.
I did not know this was happening.
Right? Like, I feel like my mom would forget and just be like, oh, sorry.
See, I would give him the thumbs up and wig at him. Yeah.
Oh.
Glad you're here, Dad.
You paid for this party.
I'm daddy now.
That big old wedding.
Look at me. I'm the daddy now.
I'm the daddy now.
That's right. More of the random Would You Rather question coming up 206-803.
At Danner, we believe our beloved trails will always need footsteps to keep the paths from fading, and those journeys are often better when shared. The Women's Trail Trainer was built by women for women who embrace the outdoors. Rally your girls, lace up, and blaze the trail. Resurge midsoles provide next-level comfort, while Danner's Precision Fit technology offers more custom fit with optimal support. Breathe in the scenery and feel right at home in the dirt. Explore the Women's Trail Trainer at danner.com.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We lowered prices and give you a 5-year price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Get one line of 5G data for $40. Period. That's 20% lower. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Oh, don't forget to vote. If you follow us on X there at Men's Room Live, somebody's name got picked out of a hat before the show.
Yes.
Doing that all week, you know what I mean? One of those things we're doing. All right. Here is a random would you rather question for you gentlemen. Would you rather only eat the same meal for the rest of your life or only drink the same drink for the rest of your life? Now, keep in mind, alcohol plays into this. Now, you get to pick the meal. You get to pick the drink.
I'll take the meal.
You're going to eat the same meal for the rest of your life?
Yeah, it'll be pizza. I know I'll get sick of it, but
then you can drink beer.
Sure,
You can have a mixed drink.
You can drink apple juice. You drink whatever he wants now.
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay. So you would pick pizza
Yeah,
as
because
your go-to meal.
of all the foods I've had to eat, like ramen noodles, tuna, pizza's the one I actually never got sick of. I know eventually I will, but it's got the longest shelf life for me, man.
Okay. All right. See, I think I would pick something a little bit like a 3-portion meal.
Like
Instead
what?
of just one thing.
Well, like what?
I don't know, like, piece of salmon, little side of pasta.
I think you've
salad.
already failed. Yeah.
No, but I can drink whatever I want. I still don't think I think I would get tired. Now I have
You're
three
going
things.
to get tired of
I know
pizza,
I am.
but you're going to get tired of that, and it's
Yes.
not even good. I mean,
Well,
start good, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. So.
That feels like 2 meals, though, dude.
What, salmon, rice, and...
Well, see, at salmon, a side of pasta, and a side of salad.
Well, yeah.
Well, it depends on the size of the pasta.
Okay,
to me, that's the difference.
All right, what if I get
Because I'm expecting a full, like, the salmon fillet, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm saying, like,
Yeah, you get rice
small
pilaf,
bowl.
it's fine. That's side pasta. Come on.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah, rice pilaf.
Okay, all right. Okay, if you could only eat one carb for the rest of your life, then would you take pasta? Would you take potatoes, or would you take bread?
Pasta.
You would take
Yeah, I'd go
pasta.
pasta.
Immediately.
Potatoes. Potatoes, man.
I'm going bread because I can
What are
make.
you going to put on it?
I'm going to make sandwiches. I can have buns. I can have.
Oh, I
hamburgers.
see. I
your
see.
only form of
I can have other. I thought I was just eating
No.
potatoes.
I'm
thinking about potato pancakes.
You can only eat one starch. You can pick rice. You can pick pasta.
Yeah.
You can pick bread, or you can pick potatoes. What do you take?
Is anyone picking rice? I mean, come on, man.
Oh, I'm taking
lot of
potatoes
people will.
still.
Really?
I could make little potato pancakes as bread.
I mean, he's not wrong. Potatoes are a very versatile food. Like,
They
you can do
are,
whatever
but they're
you
also
want.
super heavy, right? So if I can make sandwiches or pasta, I can kind of gauge how heavy I want it to
Yeah.
be.
Speaking of potato, man, and bread, I had a potato roll the other day with some shrimp salad I made on it.
Yeah.
God almighty, I forget how good a potato roll is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you buy shrimp salad from a gas station?
No, absolutely.
Oh, really?
No.
Egg salad or shrimp salad?
Neither.
Potato salad.
I'm eating the sushi.
Dude, even I would draw the line at gas station shrimp salad. I don't know why.
I'll eat the sushi.
I'll eat the sushi. I'll eat the egg salad every day of the week. But that shrimp salad, I'd be like,
I used to get a shrimp salad sandwich at a gas station on Ritchie Highway. I just remember that. It was a gas. They had
You
palms.
just said you would never do it.
It was also a seafood deli inside in the gas station, so it's a little bit more legit.
So, yes, the seafood deli.
No, it
at the
really
gas
was.
station.
You could go in there and get a crab cake. You could fill your tank up.
Okay. All right.
I mean, that's what they do there.
I think we should go back to that original question, but that's all you get to eat. One carb.
So no sandwiches if you pick bread, etc.
Right. You pick
All
bread,
right.
you're just eating bread and muffins.
You got bread, you got toast, you got French toast.
But now you got to have plain ass potatoes.
Then I'm back to pasta, I guess.
No, I'd probably go bread.
I'd go pasta. Even though a pasta kind of tastes the same.
Yeah.
Like bread,
Yeah.
you can switch up a little bit. Go multigrain one day if you're feeling stupid.
Right. I'd
Wheat, white.
probably pick like a brioche bread or like a sourdough loaf or something like
Wait,
that.
do you
if
have to
that's all I'm
stick with
eating.
the same bread, or can it just be bread?
I don't know, Ted.
Yeah, you can pick all kinds
Then
of
I'm
bread.
going bread.
Okay.
I'm going bread.
Yeah.
All right, there it is.
All right, well, baked potato
Really,
for
dude?
breakfast.
I can have a croissant. Or
But you
gotta
can't
bake
put
with-
anything on it,
What
man.
else are you going to do?
Yeah, I can.
No, the only thing that you're eating is a potato.
So
I
now-
guess you're right.
Yeah.
That would be plain
Another
salad.
boiled potato, Ted?
Can I have salt and peppers? No.
No.
No Danos?
No, you're just eating the thing, man. I have a croissant. Would you like a corner of my croissant for your
Pulling it out of the
boiled
ground,
potato?
washing it off, and put it in your face.
I think potatoes would make you sad.
Yes. There's sad ass Ted eating his boiled potato.
Jesus, there's a whole island, I guess, of sad people. They don't seem that sad, the Irish.
It wasn't the famine; it was the depression.
That music is sad.
Hello, Ronnie. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola. Ronnie, welcome to the program. Random question. Okay, here we go. This is a weird one, but would you rather come home to a bloody stranger in your house
Bloody stranger.
or a rabid fox in your driveway? So, bloody stranger in your house or rabid fox in your driveway?
Oh, man.
Bloody strangers. No, I've had enough of them. I told you guys that story about the bloody guy that attacked me in the middle of the street in Vegas.
Yes.
About a month ago. No, I'm cool with that. I'll take the Fox. I'm going to start carrying one of those little spray things where it's like a pepper spray.
Pepper spray, yeah.
I was at the marina yesterday, and I was on my boat, and those seals are nasty. Sometimes they won't let you go by. There'll be like 8 or 10 of them out there blocking the dock, and you come up and they just go, rah, and they won't let you walk by.
Are you going to pepper spray a seal?
Oh, well, I watched a guy and his wife going by on the dock next to us just then, and they were like, they walked up to a great big group of seals. He pulled out his little thing and squirted it, and they scattered. So I think maybe it would pay to have one of those things in your pocket.
Okay. All right. Ronnie, why the hell did you get beat up again in Vegas?
I was just trying to help a guy in the middle of the street, but it turned out he was trying to commit suicide.
Oh.
I thought he was faking it. I told you about he had his hand in the tire, but he wasn't. He was just having a crazy thing that day, and the witnesses said that he took off his clothes. He got out of his car at 7-Eleven. He took off his clothes. He all the way down to his underwear. He went over to the street post, the bus stop, banged his head against the bus stop sign until his face was all bloody, like I told you about. And then he tried to jump in front of the city bus that was going by, and he missed that. So he jumped and bashed the windshield out on the next car that went by. So
all right, so this guy was having a breakdown.
I see a bloody person. I'm not just like Miles said. He said, you know what? I'm cool with the bloody people. You know, and I am too now.
Miles wears a T-shirt that says that.
Yeah, I'm
cool
with bloody people.
I'm cool with the bloody people. Yeah. Did you notice one thing about his story? Okay, this guy obviously is having an episode in Las Vegas. And even in the worst moments of your life, I'm assuming, if you're going to get out of your car and get naked, you still do it at a 7-Eleven. But somehow, right, anything else can go on in Vegas. But somehow that's where you get naked.
It's like Kevin Bacon. It's always going to come back around.
They come to, if they're naked.
Yeah.
Investigate 7-Eleven.
7 degrees of separation.
There's something. 7-Eleven has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Just by existing.
7.
Right.
7-Eleven.
Just they're there.
That's what I'm saying. This guy can be anywhere. And it's like, well, when I get the naked part, I'm going to do it at 7-Eleven.
You also have the when you're open 24 hours, there's a better chance. I mean, you look at what happens at Waffle House compared to what happens at Denny's.
But they're not naked. They're fighting.
Denny's closes. Mm-hmm. You know, Waffle House does not. So there's a difference in.
But why are they naked?
In the clientele, because
I understand you're drunk, you might get in a fight. That's Waffle House, right? But it's not. They're naked at Waffle House.
Well, Denny's is basically business hours. You know?
Sure.
When you get past that point in time, it's kind of like extracurricular time. So you know, we're not going to get hammered at work, but when we get home,
but at 7-Eleven, I could be there at 3 in the afternoon. The risk of someone being naked is like 85%. So I'm saying 7-Eleven doesn't matter what time of day it is.
Yeah,
if you're going to get naked, for some reason, it's like, well, let me do this at 7-Eleven.
I followed a guy yesterday for 4 blocks in Fremont with his butt hanging out.
Why were you following him? Or was that why?
Because I was going to the gym.
Because his butt was hanging out.
I was going to the gym, and he was going.
Sure.
He kept walking the same way I was.
Sure.
I mean, he was clearly hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He had a nice ass on him. You know what I mean? But he was an older gentleman.
What a tushy.
Yeah.
Were his pants down, or was it like a back flap open?
His pants were just down. He couldn't keep them up.
Was he trying?
He was holding the front.
Hey, can you grab the back too, player?
Yep. Reese asked, would you rather come home to a bloody stranger in your home or a rabid fox in your driveway? Here's a crazy one. A woman arrived home to find a critically injured stranger crying on her couch. Police are now investigating after a woman in Virginia arrived home and found a man who later ended up being pronounced dead inside her property.
Jeez.
Yeah. Damn. They received a call reporting that she arrived at a residence and discovered an injured man inside her home. Now, deputies rendered first aid, and then EMS arrived, transported the man to a Winchester Medical Center, and he was later pronounced deceased. He was identified as Brandon Probst. The woman reportedly discovered the man lying on her couch with several wounds. Also, there was blood everywhere in the house. And the woman took a few steps in her home before turning around and calling the police.
Good call.
Once she realized there was someone inside. She said, I never saw him at first. I just heard a man crying. I hadn't turned the lights on, and I could tell somebody was on the sofa. And it looked like they had a blanket that I kept there on the sofa, pulled over them, according to the outlet.
Okay.
But police said of the investigation and the release that the death investigation began with several hours of collecting evidence at the scene. The search for the individual ended this morning at a hotel in Front Royal, Virginia. So there was a person responsible for that man's death. But he is being charged with malicious wounding and murder. So I believe that he was stabbed multiple times before he made it in the home. Now,
that would freak me out to walk into.
Now we have the story of a fox that tested positive for rabies after coming into contact with a man. Officials said the victim was unloading their vehicle, walking toward their home, and then a fox ran out of the bushes, latched on the right leg, and wouldn't let go. When animal control
What did
arrived,
it say?
Officer said...
That's why you should be a cop. Man, what did the fox say?
What did the fox say? What did the fox say, Mike?
You were engaged with him. What did he say?
What did he say? Pew, 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 pew. Is that what the fox said?
Yeah.
I'm asking for a quote here, people. It's a serious situation.
When animal control arrived, officials said law enforcement had the fox on a catch pole so they could take it for rabies testing.
Gotcha now.
A neighbor told animal control that before the victim came home, the fox was in his backyard, biting off a lawn ornament and acting strangely.
He hates that. No.
Yeah, that's the first thing I pictured.
The victim was checked by EMS, and the fox had not broken the skin on their leg. But officials said the fox was sent to the state lab for testing, did test positive for rabies.
We have bad news, Mr. Fox. Before you say anything, you have rabies.
The court reporter's there. Can you repeat what the fox said?
It would suck if you could talk to animals, right? But you're a veterinarian. Because you already have to tell people, hey, Mr. Montgomery, we have bad news, blah, blah, blah. You're looking at a dog like, listen, a breed at your age, they suffer from these knee problems. I spoke to your owners, and we're going to kill you. That's the decision they made. It's cheap, and then we're going to burn your body, put it in a box, and give it back. That's right. All right. We're all good
I
here.
think they did that to that fox.
I think if you do have rabies, man, I think they do incinerate your ass.
Yeah, they put you down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Fox, we have terrible news. You tested positive for rabies. I didn't mean to bite his leg, man. I don't know. No, that's what it was. It wasn't you. It's the rabies.
Can you imagine you look out.
We're going to burn you to death now.
You look out your backyard. There's a fox defiling your gnome.
Well, he was attacking it. When you say defile, I have a different image.
Come here.
How do you know it wasn't a lawn deer? Do you have any lawn art in your yard?
We got some.
Are you a lawn art guy?
There's an iron mushroom, I think it is.
Iron mushroom.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, what do you got in your yard, guy? You got any?
Nothing just yet.
Are you afraid it's going to be stolen?
You're damn right I am.
Okay. All right.
Really?
I'm in Tacoma.
Well, you have a backyard.
I do.
Put some lawn art
Put some back there. If you go to Ryan Castle's house, his wife collects gnomes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give my wife ideas. I don't need gnomes and
I got some friends. They've since moved, but they used to live in Maryland, and we had moved here to Seattle. My wife and I went back to visit them, and they hate lawn art, and they lived in like this cul-de-sac, right? So it's around Christmas time. We're driving through Pennsylvania, and I said, hey, man, we got to stop at this store. And it's like, I don't know, Stuff Barn. My wife's like, why? I said, look, we're buying them some lawn art. So we bought these two big-ass white wicker reindeer with Christmas lights on it.
Oh, yeah.
Plugged them in, put them on the front lawn, then rang their doorbell. Oh, yeah. The looks on their faces were,
Congratulations.
hey, we brought you something.
My sister had a Commanders one, but she lives in Baltimore.
Oh, no.
And then the Ravens, this years ago, lost to the Commanders. The next morning, she said it was just looked like somebody had spiked her nose in the middle of the street.
I know.
That hatred.
I should just buy a gnome, not tell my wife, and just set it up in front of our house.
But make sure it's staring at the house.
Just find some good lawn art, man.
Just make sure it's looking at the house so it freaks her out.
Just get a good plastic flamingo and put it out there.
Or get one of those balls.
Oh, one of those silver balls?
Big metallic balls.
It sits on like a pedestal?
Those were massive when I was a kid in my neighborhood. And we were like, there must be a witch that lives there.
Are the balls attached to the stand?
I would assume.
That's J.D. Vance.
You think that they...
Hello, Elizabeth. Welcome to the mid-room.
Hey, guys.
Hola. Elizabeth, welcome to the program. Random Would You Rather question. All right, since you brought this up just a couple minutes ago, would you rather be able to speak any language or be able to talk to any animal?
Probably speak any language. I think that would probably serve me better.
All right,
Listen,
do you travel?
it would be more practical. There's no doubt about that, right? You can travel, you speak to different people.
Disagree.
When people talk about, but I'm still talking to animals. Straight up.
Right.
So I am talking to animals.
So you would definitely...
What animal animal would you want to talk to?
You can talk to them. You can talk to them all.
Because
That's what I'm
the
saying.
thing. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to tip them off that you know how to speak animal, right? So you go to the zoo, the monkey's acting weird, right? Weird eye contact. I'm not going to let him know. The lion's down there. Maybe go, psst, hey, man, you don't know the... Yeah, the black dude up here. Yeah. I can speak animal. What's up? Well, right, I think it'd be fascinating.
Not only that, but you could, look, if you go to the zoo...
But you know what would suck? Is if he spoke a foreign language.
If you go to the zoo, okay, and you could talk to the orangutan, right? Mm-hmm. And he walks up and you're like, hey, how you doing, buddy? And he goes, it's been a rough month, man. I think I tore my rotator cuff. And you go, all right, how you feeling? It's hard, man. I can't really, lift my elbow up above my shoulder. All right, you may tell the zookeeper that? Oh, yeah, please, man. Let him know that my right shoulder's all messed up. I'll be right back, man. Hold on. I'll go hey, man, I was just talking to your orangutan in there. Check out his shoulder. He thinks he's got a torn rotator cuff.
But see, I think you have a very positive view of what the animals might tell you. I think you might say to the orangutan, hey, I can speak orangutan. And he says, listen.
Oh, yeah, I heard he knows because I'm speaking orangutan.
There's something about your face. I'm about to break out of this bitch and kill you. Like, you don't know.
But you know now.
It can be anything.
See,
you go to the aquarium, a shark goes by and say, fall in this water, bitch. I will eat you.
But here's the difference.
I don't like you.
Elizabeth, even if you're traveling and you don't speak the language, we were in Germany. We did not speak German, but we were able to get by. Now, we needed some technology to help us. Like there's a reader thing for your phone, which will translate the menu in German roughly to English. Mm-hmm. There's a couple things that can help you.
What about that woman yelling at us at the grocery store?
Well, it's because we're stupid. But the
language barrier was
clear. Ted, but the thing is, we couldn't understand her, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
So this is the beauty of it.
You do get away with more I don't know what you're saying.
Humans are just going to be the same people no matter where you go. They're going to complain, they're going to be happy, they're going to bitch, they're going to be this. Animals.
Animals are cool, but I want to speak any language.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You would, all right, so we go camping, all right? And Elizabeth, you're here too. The men's room and Elizabeth, we go camping. We are in a foreign country, all right? It's war-torn. The local warlord shows up and you can speak the language. You might say, okay. Now, while you're doing that, I'm like, you might want to know what that Pride of Lions is thinking, bro.
Oh, you more fun
Just
than that.
saying.
Guy's walking down the street walking his dog. You can speak dog. You go, hey, man, I'll throw you a treat if you pee on his leg. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You could talk to him. Hey, Bird, do me a favor. Drop a heater on that guy in front of me, man.
Peanuts for a week.
Yeah, those three guys walking in a line, blocking the entire sidewalk, the 4 deep. Yeah, bomb them with as much poop as you can.
So you do like the idea of working with the animals then?
Oh, yeah. I mean, training them would be much easier and,
What animal would you talk to first?
I mean, the closest one next to me is my cat, but...
I don't know that I talk to my pets, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Right, because they're going to have demands. They're going to have opinions about things. I'm not talking to you.
It would make hunting easier.
Oh, yeah.
You just walk out in the middle of the woods. Hey, deer! Then they all come out.
If you waited, I'd have told you I could shoot you in the face.
Yeah. I'm definitely taking animals.
Yeah, for sure.
Without question. Reese, we asked would you rather be able to speak any language or talk to any animal. As you know, AI has led hackers to invent voices to mock billionaires on street corners like they just did today in the city of Seattle. Did you read that?
No.
One of the cross buttons, when you press it, it talks about Jeff Bezos.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. But either way.
All right.
Yeah. AI is now being used to record dolphins, which they have been since 1985.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they've always
more
been
human than we thought.
In dolphin vocalization and social interactions. They have decades worth of audio and video recordings.
You know why I had to punish you earlier, right?
With that AI model, they believe that they are going to be able to speak to dolphins first.
Do we want to know?
All right.
You think the dolphins are going to freak out? Like, Jesus Christ. A human being just talked to us. What the F is going on?
A talking human.
I think animals might freak out. Like, what?
They might attack us.
Yeah, no kidding. Get out of my head.
More of the random Would You Rather question coming up, 206-803-ROCK.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth. Feeling smooth. Who said that? It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw. So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it. Beep-bop, beat-up, wow, miter saw is my favorite.
The more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch nerd.
Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet.
Smart Travel doesn't just cover points and miles. They break down all the financial aspects of your trip, whether that's the best days to book, how to avoid hidden fees, or which fancy travel credit cards pay off, and which ones are just an expensive flex. If you want your travel budget to work harder, then dive into the best deals, products, services, and more with Smart Travel from NerdWallet, wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 14th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The brand new Grand Casino and Shoreline is now open. Step into the action with Vegas-style table games like Baccarat, Heads Up Hold'em Poker, Pai Gow, Blackjack, and High Card Flush. Feeling hungry? Feast on delicious Chinese, Vietnamese, and continental dishes plus breakfast favorites. Dine in or take out. And don't miss daily happy hours from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. to midnight. Grand Casino and Shoreline off Aurora. Open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. Visit GrandCasinoGaming.com. Welcome to the Grand Experience.
Don't forget you can vote on X at Men's Live, and guess which member of the program had their name pulled out of a hat before the show today. Yeah. We'll give you the reveal there coming up at the end of the program. In the meantime, it is our random Would You Rather question, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Matthew. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Matthew, welcome to the program. Random question. Let's go with this one. This is a dark one, but would you rather have your earlobe bitten off by a police dog or have your ear bitten off by a human? Which would you take?
Oh, man. Bitten off by a human for sure.
Bitten off by a human? Why is that?
I mean, I just think if...
like the interaction is
Holyfield
probably
can
less...
recover from it.
Okay.
Who did?
Who, Holyfield?
Oh, Holyfield, yeah.
Well,
he also has millions.
Who's got a dirtier mouth, a human or a dog? That's a question we need to answer.
Oh, I'm taking the police dog.
You're taking the dog?
You are.
Why the dog?
I'm going to call a lawyer.
All right. So this is about the lawsuit later.
Correct.
So you're pretty sure you're going to get the money guaranteed if it's a police dog. But what if you're up to no good?
Then let's assume it took you down because you were doing something.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I thought this police dog just randomly attacked me.
No, you've done something, whatever it is. They let go of the
they
dog.
have sicked the dog on you.
And he takes you down, but he also bites off part of your ear.
Even if they have probable cause and you are innocent. I mean, I don't know anything about the law, so.
I was kind of banking on this dog just messed up.
It just seems like whenever you get involved with something
You're all about the lawsuit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make money.
Whenever you hear something weird, that something happened to somebody, like their ear getting bit off by a person or whatever, getting in a terrible car crash, whatever.
Yeah.
This person has no insurance. They got no job.
Of course.
My uncle,
the guy...
My uncle got smacked into in Florida. The guy had no license. He had no registration. He had no insurance. My uncle's in the hospital for days.
The guy that
jaws of
bites
life
you.
to get him out of there.
Yeah.
The guy that bites you, man, he's got nothing.
You don't know that, man. All right, so you went to the Hamptons.
All right.
And I don't know how you got invited, but you are there. Now, you were rubbing elbows with people that got some cash, okay?
Okay, yeah.
But they're a Duke fan. They hate me. And you guys get into it, but you're both drunk on that high-dollar champagne. You guys scrap.
I'm getting the better of him, and he bites my ear off.
Bite your ear.
Mm-hmm. All right. I guess if it's a Hampton
He has money.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of random guy that would bite your ear off, and there's not much going on.
Okay, how about this? There's no money involved. You're just
money
gonna
involved?
Get your ear bitten off.
Police dog.
Police dog?
All right. So my money says best chance of reattachment would be with a human bite compared to a dog. I might be wrong on that, but it just seems like the teeth are more sharp. There's more of them on a dog, where at least, like, hopefully if he's got decent teeth.
If it's one quick bite from a human, I agree, but our teeth just aren't as sharp. So I know the dogs shake
yeah.
their head, but I feel like one shake, it's done.
Have they bitten my ears, or are the ears gone?
Well,
part of your ear is gone at least.
All right, yeah, that's the issue. I feel like the dog has a better chance eating off of like a whole chunk.
Yeah.
Whereas the human really have to gnaw on it.
What if it's John that way? It's coming off first bite.
I got bit by a bronco.
Reese, we asked, would you rather have your earlobe bitten off by a police dog or have your ear bitten by a human? A spring break beach brawl ended with an 18-year-old combatant under arrest for allegedly biting off the ear of his opponent. A sheriff's deputy, he was patrolling at Fort Myers Beach when he was flagged down because a fight was going down where a guy's ear was bitten off. An investigation confirmed that the victim, Juwan Black, suffered a traumatic auricular amputation of his left ear.
Of course.
Auricular? I don't know. During a brawl with Jack Turner, 18. So it was Juwan Black and Jack Turner. Black was transported to a local hospital. Video recorded by a bystander showed Turner pummeling Black as they wrestled in the sand. At one point, Turner pulled Black's head upward as he brought his face toward his left side and bit his ear off.
I'm going to get me a nibble.
Female witness, one Haley Seeley, told cops that she was walking with Black and others when Turner called him racial. Oh, there you go. Racial slurs. Jesus. But the person who was being called racial slurs was the person that had his ear bitten off.
Yeah.
So they approached the guy and bit him from behind. When the ensuing fight was broken up, she saw Black's ear had been bitten off. Turner was arrested at the scene on a felony battery charge. He was freed from the county jail the following day after posting $50,000 bond. A judge has ordered him to have no contact with Black. In any application seeking the appointment of a public defender, Turner reported having no income and that his bond was posted by his family. Turner's residence is listed as a 3-bedroom Fort Myers home purchased by his parents in 2018.
No, you're right, Ted. No money.
So he's living off the parents. But the parents have money.
That's true.
Because he's living there with no job. Now, we have the story of a San Jose police dog attacking a man, biting off his earlobe as officers sent in the canine to investigate a laundry room fight involving a kitchen knife. One Fernando Galvez still has not fully recovered from the police dog attack, according to the Oakland attorney.
They bit it, have his ear off.
Yeah. Whose law
I don't think I ever will.
Yeah. The attorney, she sued San Jose police on her client's behalf last month. The video shows officers sending in the dog named Ronan to search Galvez's apartment, where the then 19-year-old is heard screaming in pain from the back room. Ronan's handler calls off the dog 5 times, but the animal does not heed any orders.
I can't hear you.
According to the video.
You're good.
Eventually, the officers
habla español, homie.
moving closer to where Galvez is in the hallway of his apartment.
Galvez.
His face streaming with blood, a chunk of his ear gone. His injuries were so horrific. Police dogs are not supposed to behave that way.
You don't say.
They're not supposed to attack your face. The San Jose police declined to comment on a lawsuit.
Random. The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring's here. Flowers are blooming, birds are singing, and allergies? Yeah, they're back too. Sneezing, watery eyes. When they hit, you need a tissue fast. That's where Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues come in. Whether you're at home or on the go, Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues have you covered. Allergist-approved Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are gentle on your eyes and nose, so you can power through allergy season without missing a beat. Because while allergies are unpredictable, staying prepared is easy. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Every morning brings a fresh, new energy. And no matter what the day holds, we come to the Today Show for all of it.
We get the best start to the day because we started together.
Watch the Today Show weekdays at 7 a.m. on NBC.
Ah, we just lost everybody on the phone. Yeah. Give us a call back if you're on hold for the random Would You Rather question. 206-803-ROCK. Okay. All right. I'll give you guys one.
Read your tit, dude.
Would you rather become the opposite gender or never have sex again?
Opposite gender.
Yeah. You would become the opposite gender.
Yeah.
And then are you going to be still interested in ladies?
No, we're going to find out.
Oh.
Hey, I'm the opposite gender now, man.
No, I'm a chick now?
Yeah, you're a girl.
I'm going out for drinks.
Wasn't that a Broadway song?
I'm a chick now. Yeah. So would you date other women or would you date men?
No, I mean, I date dudes.
You would date dudes.
I'm a chick now.
I understand that.
I'm a chick now, man.
Well, I mean, no matter what sex you are, you can, date whatever sex
I
you
know,
want.
but as a female, I do not know what I'd be into.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I know what you're into now. I don't think your mind's going to change.
But I don't know. I think my mind would change.
Really?
In my experience, yeah.
Oh, yeah, the dudes in this room would know how to sling it if we change genders, man.
Well, I mean...
Ted shows up, just cracks me up. What's up, fellas?
Okay, look, everybody want blah, blah, blah. Mike, when it comes to this, okay? I know I'm going to be good at this, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be good at this.
You're going to find out,
But
brother.
you know what to do, Miles. You know what is good.
You know how to work it, man.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm going to
know what
spend
that
all my
feels like.
time.
I've never kicked the tires
I'm going to
on.
hug, too.
I've never kicked the tires on this. I don't know.
Yes, you have. You were the tires.
I mean, I watched it.
You were the tires.
Look, man.
You know what that feels like.
I watch pro golf. I can't play like that. You know what I mean? Like, I watch pro tennis. There's a reason I'm not out there. I watch porn. There's a reason I'm not in them. You know?
But I'm just saying, as a straight dude, I would imagine if I'm a chick, I'm still straight. I'd be like, all right, I'm going to hook up with dudes.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
What would be your type, do you think?
Well, I have a lot of friends that we could really. We could make it work now.
Hot barrel chested blondes.
All right. So you and Sean are going to go at it.
Why not?
Is he your first guy you're going to kick the tires?
Yeah. Watch football.
Does he know,
drink
or do you
beer.
tell him later?
I don't know. There's
What if you're disappointed in his sexual prowess? In other words, what if he was the worst lay you ever had? Are you still going to be friends with him?
I mean, I wouldn't wife anybody up right away. I'd have some fun.
Okay. All right.
I'll be throwing it around the local place.
Are you taking the other gender?
I mean, I
Or you're
guess
just not having sex?
I guess you have to, but you can
don't
still
have to.
take care of yourself. I mean, you're just not having sex.
Still, what are you thinking about when you take care of yourself? I'm not picturing me taking care of myself when I'm taking care of myself. So
Yeah.
I'm picturing what that.
So you're going to go with dudes.
Now I'm going to be a chick. We'll find out. I
All
might
right.
swing both ways, brother.
Would
The
you
world
be-
is not my oyster.
Would you try to find like a sugar daddy?
Sure.
I mean, if you could date, would you go younger? Would you go older? What kind of man would you go out with?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know. I got to turn to a woman first. Then I'll tell you, Blake Miles, I'll tell you what. You look good in that yellow shirt.
Okay. This is a men's room IPA shirt, by the way, from Black Raven Brewing.
That's true.
I'm going to wear this tonight.
Not you
Hope-
looking
hope
good.
I hope I get a free drink. Yes.
Yeah. You
Since, by the way, our company's having a party officially right now, once again, we are not invited because they throw a party every single time we are on the air on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They do this to us.
Yes, they do.
Somebody here says, have fun with the periods. Thank you.
I'll wash it down with free drinks.
Hey, there you go.
All I'm doing is, just taking a heating pad to work.
I wonder too, would things really change?
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I can only model on my wife. So I think I come home from work and be like, hey, man, for the first time in a long time, I heard what everyone had to say at work. Well, I actually listened to each person, and I remembered, and I cared. Not only that, I'm going to share all of the
I was
information
going to say,
I
with
got
your
from
30-second normal story,
with you.
would your normal 30-second
Every
story
detail.
take 5 minutes?
That's my guess.
Would you change everything?
You know what? I do remember every nuance of the day.
Would
every
you blow
moment.
your nose and leave the Kleenex on the coffee table?
Absolutely.
Okay. Would you leave all the cabinet and doors open?
Of course.
Would you do a load of laundry and not put the wash into the dryer?
No.
All right. Okay. So that's the
No,
line.
I'm on top of that.
That's the line you cross.
Yeah.
That you won't cross. Okay.
I just would get in a chaperone.
That's your first thing.
Yeah. If you,
Look, I love
Became a
this.
chick, really into chaperone.
Yeah. Like I watch different shows.
That's true.
if you knew we had to leave,
I want to watch a movie that depresses me to the point that I'm a blubbering mess because the character I like, they died. I'm going to watch a movie about a dog. You know what happens to the dog? It dies. Whatever I do.
Dude, everybody
when
come
I
over.
watch a movie and pay money to see it, I want to be sad and uncontrollably cry for an hour.
Yeah,
that
if
is
we-
a
if-
fantastic
If we had to
use
leave
of
the
my
house
time.
at 5, would you still be doing your makeup at 5:10?
Yeah.
No, I'd be ready at 4:55.
No,
Again,
you
basing it
wouldn't. No,
on
you
my
wouldn't because you
experience.
changed sex.
No, you say I'm basing it on my wife. 4:55. I would say we have until 5. We still have 5 minutes. I know.
Right.
I'm just worried about and fill in the blank.
But you started at 3.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want everybody to come over for a charcuterie and steel magnolias.
I want to drink box wine.
Yeah. Yeah, be classy.
Would you try to conserve toilet paper?
Depends what's happening.
You're a woman. I've never seen that before. Like, I go, now, where did the roll go? I just replaced this thing.
Right.
That's amazing. I've only pooped in here once. Where did it go?
Front and back, Miles.
Wouldn't be the woman's room, it'd be the ladies' room, Texter.
Uh-huh.
Classy broads in here.
Yeah, the broad's room. Hello, Mike. Welcome to the men's room.
Happy week, gentlemen.
Hola.
Oh, but now we have a men's room rosé.
Okay, Mike.
That one does come in a box.
Mike, basically, this random question's a death wish. What job would you rather have? Would you rather be a roofer, a logger, or a commercial fisherman? You got to pick one of those three jobs. You have to work that job. Roofer, logger, commercial fisherman. Which one are you taking?
Fisherman.
You are taking a commercial. Okay, do you have any problem with sea legs?
No.
Do you have any problem with seasickness?
No.
Okay. Do you get tired easy? Because sometimes they work, 16 to 12-hour shifts?
No, I just don't want to be high up. Straight up.
Okay, that's why I would not want to be a roofer.
I'm taking the
I am
logger.
6 feet tall. That is high enough up for me.
That's good.
If I have to do logging, that might involve me having to climb into a tree. No, I am good because that means that tree is supposed to come down. I do not want to come down with a tree.
What is the highest elevation that you've been at, where you can look over the edge of something?
I mean, 1-story building I'm okay with. You try to put me on top of anything higher than 2 and I'm shaking leg syndrome.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
Dude, climbing up a ladder sucks. A-frame ladders are a different story, but those ladders you put on top of your, next to your house so you can get onto top of your roof?
Sure.
Nah, I'm okay.
Okay, well, roofer's going to pay the least, I would guess, out of these three, right?
I don't know.
I mean, that may be my assumption. I don't know. I don't know what loggers get paid. I know it's one of the most dangerous jobs you can have.
Well, sure.
I mean, I would take fishermen just because you're right. Their hours are longer and they do work days and a half, but the season is shorter. Whereas I feel like a logger, I'm out there a lot logging.
I am out there a lot, man. But I'm not freezing to death all the time.
Right.
I'm not I'm taking
I'm with
logger.
you. If there was one that I think I could take, it'd be the logger.
Being a logger in the Northwest, those conditions suck.
They do.
It's 30-some degrees, piss and rain.
It ain't the funnest of jobs.
You're
but
on
I
a
think out of
boat.
those.
It's balmy to us, man. You're on a boat in the frickin' Arctic or whatever. The
Well,
berries.
sure, I'm smashing ice, but it's for 3 weeks. Then I'm back home and I'm rich.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Nope.
Hello, Pat. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. You not creepy sounding son of a bitch.
Pat, look in the phone.
Hey, Pat.
Random would you rather question. Okay, Pat?
Hello.
Hypothetically. Would you rather find out that your partner cheated on you, or would you rather find out that your partner finds out that you cheated on them?
Keep stroking your hairless cat while you think about this.
Would you rather find out that your
man.
partner cheated on you, or they find out you cheated on them?
This couldn't be any more of an ironic question because you guys talked to me before. I'm one-legged and whatnot anyways. My partner is already found out.
I forgot till I heard your voice.
Oh, yeah, one-legged guy.
Yeah.
My partner has already found out that I cheated on her because she went through my phone when I was getting my leg cut off in the hospital.
Whoa!
And I woke up out of surgery with her screaming at me, and now my marriage is over 3 years later.
Wait, hold on. So you wake up out of surgery, and you now have one leg, but the first thing you're greeted with is that.
Yep. And, there's a lot of things that led up to it. It's probably a 70-30 situation instead of a 50-50. I still crossed the line, but, I spent the last 3 years trying to repair it, and it just ain't working.
Okay.
So.
Well, let me ask
your
you
leg
this.
or your relationship?
Relationship.
What was
the leg is stellar.
What was the circumstance that led up to you losing your leg?
I got schwacked by a car on my way to Fort Lewis for drill, and that happened in June of 22.
Were you in the car or were you walking?
I was on a motorcycle, and I was T-boned by a Volkswagen Beetle.
Oh, yeah. I remember this.
I got to ask you, since you're in the military, if people ask, do you just say, don't ask?
I'm retired now, so I I just tell people I got bit by a beetle, and if kids ask me, I just tell them I didn't listen to my parents.
Okay,
That's
fair
fair.
enough. All right. Now, how's the prosthetic working out? Is it?
It's stellar. It's stellar.
So
my guy's awesome.
So most things you can do normally. All right, but like when you get in the shower, you got to take that off, right?
Yep. Shower is on one leg. You know, intimacy sometimes is on one leg, which is fun.
Can you swim? Can you swim?
Oh, yes, I could swim, and no, it's not in a circle to the left.
All right,
to the right. It's
Scratch the
straight.
question.
I can
Do
swim.
you dress as a pirate every Halloween?
No, I actually have not gotten the opportunity to do that yet. But any other
Well, you're
dumb
wasting one.
questions?
All right.
So you're wasting an opportunity, dude.
It's
right there.
All right. If you could get one back, would you take your ex or your leg?
My ex.
You would take your ex.
Wow.
Really?
Oh, in a heartbeat, if I had to.
Damn.
All right. Are you with the woman now that you were having an affair with?
No.
Okay. All right. Wow. So it was a one-off deal, and because of that, you lost your marriage, essentially.
I wouldn't say it's a one-off deal. I kind of slipped up a little bit, but
All
I'm
right.
talking, and
Okay.
But,
All right, man. We got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
What
Man,
a
you can take
day.
The relationship over the leg.
What a day.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you're already going
Hey,
in.
baby, if you're little, I love you. I'm taking my leg.
You're only going in knowing that you wake up and you're not going to have a leg.
Yeah.
You never think there's going to be more. But wait, there's more. Not only do you get the peeler, you also get the juicer.
Yeah. Hello, Greg. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello.
Hola. Greg, welcome to the program. Random question.
That was a great guy to follow.
Yeah, right? I'll give you an easier one.
Yeah.
Would you rather meet your favorite musician for 5 minutes, all right, or co-star in a blockbuster movie with your least favorite actor?
Yeah, I'm doing the co-star thing, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna meet my favorite musician.
You are. And who is that?
Yeah. Well, but he's passed away now. But I would go.
Well, then, Greg, if you wait long enough.
Garcia.
You go with Jerry Garcia.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a good call.
Okay. Who is your least favorite actor, by the way?
I can't say. Probably. I've never watched his movies.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
I don't like him enough to have seen it.
I got mine.
Who's that?
Emil Hirsch.
What's your beef with Emil Hirsch, the A-lister that he is?
He was the bad guy in Alpha Dog. And I hate that character so much.
So he did a great job. So he's a great actor.
But I hate him.
What did he do?
That character sucks.
I know, but
So now you hate Emil Hirsch for Alpha Dog. All right.
Alpha. What was that? What was the movie about?
I have no idea.
Timberlake's in it. It was his cinematic debut.
What did he do to the lake?
No, well, basically they're they're like low-level criminals, and they end up killing a kid. It's not funny.
Jesus.
It's bad. But Emil Hirsch, his character is kind of the ringleader, gets him in all this trouble. And like Timberlake's character is like, we don't really have to do this, man. And they did it. And they all went to jail. It's based on true stories.
Okay. Jesus, God. Okay, let's see here. What do we have? Who Sucks Less is coming up at 4:30. And we got your emails on the way next to the men's room at KISW.com.
At Danner, the journey is never complete. The Danner N45 Trail Hiker is designed to support those willing to sweat in search of their edge. Featuring per-spare uppers with Areoprene gussets for maximum breathability and Endurafoam midsoles for long-lasting comfort and cushion. The recraftable Vibram Mega Grip outsoles are built to be rebuilt. Danner's precision fit technology is available in women's styles. Breathe in the scenery with the Danner N45 Trail Hiker. Wherever you are on your journey, take new steps in the only direction you were meant to go. Forward. Explore the N45 at Danner.com.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices and give you a 5-year price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, there are great connection options to several European cities. Whether it's the romantic streets of Paris or the stunning beaches of Barcelona, Condor will start your vacation and make it even more memorable by offering comfortable and spacious cabins where you can sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Return of Who Sucks Less coming up at 4:30 right after emails from the men's room at KISW.com. Jump right to the birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Roasted Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Tip responsibly.
Gentlemen, today is kind of a big day. It is Boog's birthday again. She is 17 this year. She's been a fan of you since we moved back up here when she was 4. She absolutely loves everyone at KISW.
Thank you.
And constantly wants me to tell all of
Except
you
you,
hi
Dad.
if I see you at events because I work at Lumen. So could you guys give her a special shout out with green beans and a fish sandwich montage? Those are some of her favorite foods. Thanks, guys. See you at the next show. Lots of love from Mom and from Dad.
Green bean. What? Green bean. Okay. Green bean.
Can I get a
fillet of fish sandwich?
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich?
Do I get fish sandwich?
Put the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I want a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side.
Oh, yeah.
I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe
Are you
some
sure?
relish in the morning. At noon and at night.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich? So you don't want a fish sandwich?
Guys, it's my son Isaac's 25th birthday today. Can you give him a big old bong rip and a fart montage? Maybe the captain telling him how he's going to end up if he keeps playing that game all night long after work. Cocaine Ted telling him how he's going to feel after drinking some Jack on a special day, and a couple dad jokes from Miles. That from the dad Bernard. He says, thanks, guys. You made the days go fast when I was in the SeaTech Federal Penitentiary.
Oh. Ooh, well, ahoy there. And happy birthday to you. Well, what's going to happen to you if you play those games all night? Well, I don't know what games you're playing, but if you play the games that El Capitan plays, you keep those pipes clean and improve your aim. I tried open wide at 20 feet. Crunchberries.
Oh, you're going out 25th birthday, wondering how you're going to feel after drinking Jack. Well, that's one thing. That'll be a hangover. You hang with me, you're going to feel awful. So one thing we're going to do, we're going to get up in the morning, we're going to do more. Is it Saturday? Doesn't matter. We're winning. It's your birthday.
Birthday.
Jesus. All right, a couple dad jokes. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Guys, I'll never forget the last thing my grandma said to me. Said, I don't think you're supposed to unplug that. Guys, I'm going on a blind date with a vegan lady.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I've never seen her before. What do you call a woman standing in the middle of a tennis court?
A net.
A net. That is correct. A couple more for you.
Love or seen her before.
Why was a man upset he got a sweater for Christmas? Why was a man upset that he got a sweater for Christmas?
Why?
He was hoping for a moaner.
He's sweating.
Yeah. Do you guys know that Canada actually has their own version of Kevin Bacon?
Oh, all right.
John Hamm. It's a Canadian bacon joke.
He's Canadian.
Right.
Oh, is he Canadian?
Well, you know, their bacon is ham.
Ham, yeah. Well, I got that part. But, like,
bacon
is he
ham.
actually Canadian?
I don't know. It's just John
Oh,
Ham.
John Ham.
John Ham.
I'll look it up for you, Jack.
He was the host of SNL last week.
He and his penis.
No.
Separate contract.
No, he's born in St. Louis.
Yeah. St. Louis, Canada.
I mean, that's about as American as you get.
Yeah. And finally, Ted, if your Uncle Jack was stuck on a roof, would you help?
Stop. No. We cannot tell this joke.
Would you help Jack?
No.
Remove himself from the roof?
Yes.
I would lend him a hand.
Weed Week. Hello, gentlemen. My sister Melanie celebrates her 33rd birthday today. I love her so much, proud of her and the fact that she is my sibling. She has earned the right to party hard after teaching math to middle schoolers. I admire
Sounds like
her
it's
strength.
teaching math. I
That
teach
too.
math to middle schoolers.
I admire her strength for doing what she does. So, how about a time to take off the leash, a cat fart, and Coach Ted cheering her on to the finish line of another school year as summer is on the horizon. Rock on. Thank you, guys. That from Brother Alex, Father
Brother
Tony,
Alex.
and Cats Barley, and from
Father Tony.
It's time to take off the leash.
I am Brother Alex. Wishing you a happy birthday. Father Tony, tell him.
Oh, this fastidious effects. All right, happy birthday. Teaching middle schoolers. I'll tell you what, those kids got it bad, right? You're getting in April. They went out. Well, people don't know. Those teachers went out too, man. They're sick and tired of it as well. But you're almost there. You got a few more big tests, but after spring break until school ends. Good luck, teachers.
You got a few more big tests, but you know the answers.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be the easiest thing. Like, I just don't want to take your test.
Yeah, but you
I
got to
will give
go
you
home.
a
and
test.
They got to grade stuff.
I know.
I'm just saying, overall, everybody in the school is happy with summer service.
Everyone's sick of each other.
Work
We
smart.
understand.
Always Scantron. They still have those. You know what I'm saying? Just multiple choice. Do it that way. Guys, I want to give a birthday shout out to myself since my wife won't. I've been listening for 14 years since I moved to Seattle and still
She's in a
listening
coma, Ted.
on the Odyssey app since moving to Houston last year. How about a fart medley and thrill shotgun games? Thanks, guys, from your longtime listener, Adam. Yeah. All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefly.
Now, the men's room wants to know who sucks less?
Hey, time for Who Sucks Less. Steve the Thrill Hill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They always suck. It's up to us to determine out of the 3 stories which one sucks the least. Now, if you happen to follow KISW on Facebook, X, or Instagram, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
Yes, indeed. Like we said at the top of the show, much different stories this week, Ted. Nothing about the kids.
Thank goodness.
In this case, we have maybe a good or bad time to order from McDonald's. A man riding the subway in New York City, and finally a man just a few days before his wedding. So it can always be reassuring that when you call 911 and the dispatcher, they're very calm and they're all business. That's good. It helps calm you down. But a man in Georgia, he called 911 earlier this year after his wife called him at work saying that someone was snooping around their house and banging on the doors and windows. Now, it was someone they knew. So he initially called the county's non-emergency line, but no one picked up. So he called 911. Took 3 calls, 6 minutes before someone answered. Georgia. Now, eventually, he did get a dispatcher, but in the middle of the call, he heard the dispatcher ordering him a griddle for McDonald's for breakfast.
What do you mean he was ordering him a griddle?
She was. He called to report an emergency at his home.
And she was on another phone?
On another phone call at the same time. So, hi, you've reached 911 dispatch. Can I help you? And as you're telling me your problem, she's like, and a McGriddle with extra syrup. Yeah. That's what that.
Now, have you had a McGriddle?
What's that? I have had a McGriddle.
All right.
I'm just saying.
I've never had
The cops did eventually show up at the house, but the unwanted visitor, of course, they were gone by then. The man has since obtained the audio of the call, and he's asking officials to, quote, clean up their act. For what it's worth, someone from the county says something like this should never happen. Still, the county data shows that just last year, 24% of 911 calls were marked as abandoned. Anyway, the breakfast ordering dispatcher's actions are, quote, under review. Say, you call 911, you got an emergency, and they're ordering a McGriddle from McDonald's at the same time.
Okay.
So there's that one. Right?
But he's okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, someone tried to break into his house. I guess in the end, they're okay. Okay. We go to New York City. You might remember this story, where, according to police, a suspect is wanted for having sex on the southbound R train with the corpse of a homeless man.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Just before 12:30 a.m. last Wednesday. What are you doing? Anyway, he's wanted for sexual misconduct.
I mean, that's not risky business.
Right. Investigators said he's not believed to have known the victim. It is a crime of opportunity.
An opportunity.
I guess. And passion. They still haven't caught the guy yet. So he's out there. So think about this. It's a dead body on a subway. And you're like, yeah.
Come on, Steve.
What? So he's in.
Oh, he's in, all right.
He's definitely in. Now we go to India, where a 20-year-old man.
How do they not catch him? Sorry.
I don't know. I think it's all on camera.
All right.
So I think it's one of those things after the fact. You find the body, right? The normal subway people find the body. Oh, my God, do we have video of how we may have died? And as you're watching the video, you see that. I think that's how that happens.
Do you stick around after sex?
No comment.
Okay. All right. So we go to India. 20-year-old man, he's accused of having eloped with his 40-year-old soon-to-be mother-in-law. And he did this only 9 days before his wedding. So they say Rahul and Shivana, they're a young couple in India. They were all set to be married today. Invitations have been sent out. Relatives confirmed their attendance, but 9 days before the big day, that's when a 20-year-old groom got cold feet and disappeared. But he did not go alone. He eloped with Anita, who's the 40-year-old mother of the bride-to-be. And to make matters worse, the pair also took the couple's savings as well as Anita's family savings, leaving both her and her father penniless. So apparently, last Sunday, he left his home claiming that he was going to shop for wedding clothes. But later that night, he called his father to tell him he was leaving and asked him not to bother looking for him. Well, around the same time, Shivana noticed that her mother and all their savings had disappeared as well. Only in this case, her mother did not leave a message. Now, although both the daughter and her father, they noticed the unusual relationship between them, no one said anything. They didn't want to ruin the upcoming event. Anyway.
I know you're begging my mom.
They just talked a lot. They said at one point, they talked to each other 22 hours a day. Understand, there are 24 hours in a day. 22 hours a day. Father says, I was suspicious, but did not say anything because the wedding was around the corner, and Nita left with the man on April 6th and took all our cash and jewelry. All right, so those are your three stories.
Check.
So once again, we have the 911 dispatcher in Georgia. She gets an emergency call from a guy. He just overhears her simultaneously ordering a McGriddle from the local McDonald's.
Are they dispatching those calls to her cell phone? Like, how is she at the drive-thru?
I don't think she's at the drive-thru. I think she has a cell phone in her other hand.
All right, tell somebody else to order.
Then we have the guy in the New York City subway who saw a dead homeless person and said, I want to have sex with him, and then did. And finally, the 20-year-old guy in India who runs out 9 days before his wedding with his soon-to-be mother-in-law. Leaving the family broke. That's why I said, look, Subway guy's weird, but I don't know that he's the worst.
I beg to differ on that one.
Yeah.
I think he's the worst.
Why is that?
Well, because he had sex with a corpse on a train.
No, everything about that's bad.
Everything
about that's bad, and it sounds awful, but
we also
there's no particular victim in this case. So who's the victim?
We also don't know what type of things he was doing.
I do not know.
We don't know that either.
But I would say, okay, who's the victim? Like with the Indian couple, I know what the victims are.
Yeah.
Right? They got ripped. They lost all their life savings.
There's really no true
off.
victim with the attempted break-in.
No, not really. Just the guy. He's more angry than victimized.
So I'm going to go McDonald's sucks the least.
All right.
Yeah, because the issue is the dude on the subway, you're right. The victim's dead, but
Right,
also
everything about it's
maybe
awful.
he might not even have known. He might have just thought this person was passed out and took advantage.
That does not make it better to me.
No, it makes it worse.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, so that's why I
right.
think he sucks so bad.
Sure.
'Cause
I
think
agree.
This person, yeah,
I agree that he sucks bad.
And then I don't know, man. The Indian guy, like, it sucks that he took his fiance's money.
And a mom.
Well, he's going to get the money probably either way.
Maybe. I don't know.
But it's hard to fight with that.
How hot was this girl's mom?
I don't know. I don't know for him.
Maybe she just did something the daughter didn't.
Jesus. Well, the guy in the subway
I'm
would.
just saying, man.
Well, she was both hands.
We don't know.
She got so hands.
Now, one thing I do know is McGriddles are delicious.
They are delicious.
So I think that woman should take her job more serious, but yeah, it's a McGriddle.
So soft.
Butter and garlic on the.
So I'll say McGriddle sucks least.
All right. I do agree with that. McGriddles.
McGriddle sucks least.
Oh, man. You never eat that again, wait.
Okay, there you go. Debate continues on Who Sucks Less if you follow KISW on Facebook, on X, and on Instagram. Coming up into 5:08. We'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Oh, this Bosch miter saw really is smooth. Feeling smooth. Who said that? It's your inner Bosch, baby. I'm that scoobity-bebop smooth feeling you get when you make smooth cuts with that moobity-mibbity-mibbity-mubbity miter saw. So I'll just keep ski-bop sawing then? Now you're getting it. Beep-bop-beat-up-wow, miter saw is my
The
favorite.
more you Bosch, the more you feel like a
Bosch.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 14. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Want to travel like a savvy jet setter? No, that doesn't mean monogramming your passport. It means making smart decisions every step of your trip, which means knowing your options. Smart Travel unpacks the facts, like which booking sites actually save money, how to fly first class using points, and if that fancy travel card is a smart investment. All so you can save more on your next adventure. Follow Smart Travel from NerdWallet today and start traveling like a pro.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
The brand new Grand Casino and Shoreline is now open. Step into the action with Vegas-style table games like Baccarat, Heads Up Hold'em Poker, Pai Gow, Blackjack, and High Card Flush. Feeling hungry? Feast on delicious Chinese, Vietnamese, and continental dishes plus breakfast favorites. Dine in or take out. And don't miss daily happy hours from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. to midnight. Grand Casino and Shoreline off Aurora. Open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. Visit GrandCasinoGaming.com. Welcome to the Grand Experience.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Coming up here at 5:08, we will drink a toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. Experts expect gas prices to drop significantly this summer. Hooray!
Yay.
How do they know?
I don't know. It's something with the predictions. I have no idea. They have figured something out to where apparently this means that gas prices are going down.
They do whatever they want.
They really do.
Yeah,
But
I hope you're right.
I'm hoping they're right. That's exactly where I'm at. I'm going to be cautiously optimistic here. A new study warns that your children's mattresses may be emitting toxic chemicals while they sleep.
I feel like everything that deals with kids is somehow toxic or bad. They have the car seats.
Kids
the
are
smell, toxic. Your mattress, toxic.
Toxic. Kids are toxic.
Your child, toxic.
They're walking petri dishes, man.
Why kids' mattresses in particular?
I don't know. I think it might just because
They're
what? I
cheap
don't know.
kid size, twin size bed, something
Exactly, cheaply made. Kids get into a whole bunch of nasty that they don't clean off before they go to bed, and so it gets in the mattress, and then bacteria shows up. And yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's just because you end up buying a couple of them over time.
Maybe
so they're cheaper.
Maybe.
Like as an adult, you buy a bed, you got a bed for like a decade at least.
Yep.
Right?
I'll put a plastic cover over it.
But like a kid's bed, like sometimes they have little beds, then they get bigger beds. Sometimes race cars. Like, a lot of different beds.
Florida Highway Patrol has added new cars to their fleet.
All right,
they got a bunch of Corvettes out there now.
Oh, where'd you say?
Florida.
That makes
Man,
sense.
they can't give those cars away. Did you read that story about the new Corvette? For whatever reason, they keep lowering the price of it. I mean, maybe with tariffs it'll be different. Obviously, it'll go up.
Yeah.
Depending on where the parts come from. But for whatever reason, people are... And that's the one with the engine in the back?
Right.
So that's the newer
yeah.
Corvette? I don't know what the deal is, but...
I mean, I've liked muscle cars and the looks of muscle cars, but the Corvette just honestly has never done it for me.
Yeah, but I'm with Miles. I think that new one looks awesome.
Yeah.
But it also looks closer to like a European, like McLaren or something.
Gotcha.
So maybe true, like, vet guys don't like the new, like...
This isn't it. And
Yeah.
you find a lot of that, too. A lot of purists out there that...
Yeah, you want American muscle. Want that European-looking car?
Yeah. 61% of Americans agree that being frugal is no longer tacky. And 46% of people see it as being careful with money as opposed to cheap.
That's what it's always been. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, exactly. Once you start not
Having
caring...
to be frugal. You know,
Right.
I'm not being tacky. I'm going broke.
Right, and once you not care about what other people think about your frugality, like, all right, screw off, dude. I have more money in my wallet now.
You know what? Put the chili on the hot dog. Go ahead.
Yeah, right? Spend that extra dollar.
50 cents, I'll do it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. The U.S. Air Force is about to introduce a new method for pilots to relieve themselves mid-flight. So a problem that they were having with these fighter pilots is there wasn't there's not an onboard bathroom on there for them, so they have either the option of maybe finding a coffee can, soiling themselves right up there, or they were saying even like dangerous levels of dehydration because they're going to go on these long flights and they don't want to have to need to go.
So why'd you give that look? I would soil myself.
No, I just like the idea there's a coffee can.
Yeah, right.
Mike, did you? Well, especially female pilots. as
Absolutely.
well. And did you read why they're kind of trying to explore this?
No.
Because when you use the bathroom, you are basically you are strapped into the seat.
Right.
Okay. You have to unstrap out of the seat, and then you can scoot forward and use the bathroom. And scoot your knees forward. A few pilots have forgot to clip back in after they got done using.
Oh no!
And they had to eject. Typically, they're going to be a part of that seat.
So they just catapult themselves out there.
They just
chair's going one way.
The chair's going one way with a parachute. They're going the other, going, oh no,
crap!
With their zipper open too, probably.
Yeah. It looks like a wavy hand dude outside of a used car lot.
No.
Come on, man. This isn't okay. Stop it.
Can't they just put a diaper on them?
I mean, yeah.
That'd be my thing. What if you got to poop, though?
I
mean, seriously.
It'll catch that, too.
Well, I know, but I'm saying, like, when you pee yourself, there's still room.
I guess I'm
You're
just saying
wet.
fighter
When you
pilots.
poop yourself, you're sharing space now.
It just seems like it's such a specific place, and they're flying a fighter jet. Like, it seems weird to like moving around. Like, let me use the bathroom. Like, I don't know.
I mean, what if you got to go? Like,
That's
you
kinda what it
did
is,
your
like-
mission, but now, like, man, we got
Sometimes these
15
guys gotta
minutes
go.
before we're back. But it's like being in your car. Ted, we're 15 minutes away from home. Same
All
thing in the plane. Dude, I cannot hold it. Pull the car. I'm going to pee myself. It's got to be the same thing, except infinitely more dangerous.
Well, it's not only pee. Apparently, the G-force will ruin your intestines.
Yeah.
As far as the pressure. So it's all this pressure.
Pushes it back in.
Yeah. So you got to poop.
Yeah.
Too. That's.
She's saying they're trying to poop, but the poop goes back in because of G-forces.
No,
I was like, damn, man. God damn it.
You gotta fight
gotta be
that.
kidding
You gotta
me.
fight that poop off.
Fight that poop off.
Get out!
No, not now. I'm over the area.
It's back. Damn it.
I shouldn't have had that McGriddle.
Jesus.
Air fryer cake.
Okay. A new study says laser-guided robot farmers offer hope to a shrinking labor force.
Robot-guided laser farmers?
Laser-guided
robot farmers.
Yeah.
But so they're out there picking stuff. The humans are losing jobs. Is that the point?
Basically, like they're gonna take care of a lot of the hard work out of it.
But how much does a laser-guided robot farmer cost?
Exactly.
I don't know. For what you get paid for, like, picking fruit or doing whatever you're doing, like, how much does one of these bad boys cost?
Yeah. And how much does it save you in the long run?
That's
Is this
what I
thing going
mean.
to break down in half a year and then, shoot, now I'm just out all this money? Come on now.
Yeah, that's all. I just feel like the upfront cost of a laser-guided farm worker.
They're not exactly dealing with a whole lot of swing as far as what they can risk out there.
Right.
I mean, it seems like they already have automated machines.
Sure.
Right.
I don't know. It just bugs me. There's like robots out there. Just like, this is a good one.
They're programmed to say that.
This is a good
For
one.
everyone they pick.
Picking the carrots, boss.
Does this smell bad to you? I don't have a nose, so I don't know.
Apparently, sports bras with maximum support may actually be causing back pain.
Weed Week.
What is this poor woman supposed to do? If she doesn't support him,
Maximum
it causes
support.
back pain. Then the thing she's using to help him is causing back pain. Like, hey, these ladies are screwed.
Yes, they are. Just live with your large bosom.
Live with your large bosom. That's the new slogan.
From
Playtex.
A new study found that seniors who consume protein 3 times a day are stronger.
Oh. Well, protein in general will help your
Nancy
muscles.
Reagan had a good long life.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
I'm sure there's protein. My mom's all about those Ensure things.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it make you fart? Or is it just protein? I feel like a lot of those things, like, well, it's healthy, but then you fart all day. Or maybe that's just me.
You're not wrong.
All right.
I mean, protein
That's a health
packed.
fart.
Yeah, protein packed yogurt says I fart.
Yes.
Okay. So we are celebrating Weed Week all week here, and I feel like the clues have been a little bit few and far between. So I'm gonna throw the listeners a bone here, and tell you guys a few jokes here that by science they are the best in the world.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
The 10 funniest jokes ever, according to science. Sure, leave it up to a nerd to tell us what's funny. Obviously, they have the best sense of humor. For example, who is the smartest pig? Einstein. Or what kind of magnetic imaging do pirates use? MRI. And finally, what did the asteroid say when the reporter asked him a question? No comment. That's good stuff. I'll tell you what, though. You get the 35th sexiest scientist alive. That would be Rachel Armstrong from the University of Greenwich to tell me jokes all night long. I'll fake laugh for days. Great. Googly oogly.
All right. Thank you, VD. So,
yeah, Rachel.
Rachel Armstrong? Yeah, take a gander there. Very intelligent young lady.
Yeah.
So, researchers at Oxford University tested these jokes on 55 LSE students and asked them to score each of these gags.
Are they like English jokes, though?
What do you mean?
University of Oxford. It's in England.
Well, I mean, yeah,
Scotland.
They are in English, yeah?
All right.
So, enjoy these. These are the funniest jokes according to science.
Right.
You guys ready for this?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So a man is sitting at home when he hears a knock at the door. He opens the door and sees a snail on the porch. He picks up the snail and throws it as far as he can. 3 years later, there's a knock on the door, and he opens it to see the snail again. The snail says, "What the hell was that all about?"
Yeah, it's a good one.
Top 10 in the world, man.
Top 10 in the world.
I just knew it.
3 guys are stranded on a desert island. They find a magic lantern containing a genie who grants them each one wish. The first guy wishes that he was off this island and back home. Second guy, he wishes the same. I want to get off the island. I want to be back home. Third guy says, "I'm lonely. I wish my friends were here." These are the
By science.
funniest jokes according to science.
Okay. If you're not laughing, you're anti-silent science.
That's right.
Yeah.
A guy shows up late for work. The boss yells, "You should have been here at 8:30." He says, "Why? What happened at 8:30?"
These are the funniest jokes
These
of
are
all
the
time.
funniest jokes of all time. So Sid and Irv are business partners, okay?
All right.
They make a deal that whichever one dies first will contact the living one from the afterlife. So Irv dies, and Sid doesn't hear from him for about a year, and he figures that there is no afterlife. Then one day he gets a call. "What do you know? It's Irv." He says, "So there is an afterlife. What's it like?" Sid asks, and Irv says, "Well, I sleep very late. I get up, have a big breakfast. Then I have sex, lots of sex. Then I go back to sleep, but I get up for lunch, have a big old lunch, have some more sex, take a nap, huge dinner, more sex, go to sleep, and I wake up the next day." Sid says, "Oh, my God. So that's what heaven's like?" He says, "Oh, no, I'm not in heaven. I'm a bear in Yellowstone."
All right. Okay.
These are the funniest jokes according to Science of Oxford. A man dies and he's sent to hell. Oh, never mind. That one sucks. I'm not going to tell that one. So a young boy enters a barber shop, and the barber whispers to his customer, "This is the dumbest kid in the world. Watch this. I'm going to prove it to you." The barber puts a $1 bill in one hand and 2 quarters in the other, and he calls the boy over. And he says, "Which do you want there, son? Do you want the dollar or do you want the 2 quarters?" The boy takes the quarters and he leaves. "What'd I tell you?" says the barber. "That kid never learns." Later on, when the customer leaves, he sees the same young boy coming out of the ice cream store. He says, "Hey, son, mind if I ask you a question? Why'd you take the quarters instead of the $1 bill?" Boy's licking his ice cream cone, and he says, "Because the day I take the $1, the game's over."
Okay.
China has a population of 1 billion people. 1 billion people, Ted. That means even if you're a 1 in a million kind of guy, you're still 1,000 other people just like you.
Pick me up. I think, Tony Robbins says that.
Oh, does he?
No. What? You're not individual. You're freaking people that are just like you.
That's like the opposite of what Tony Robbins would tell you.
Oh, my bad.
You're just like everybody else.
Everybody's heard this one. 2 campers are walking through the woods when a huge brown bear suddenly appears in the clearing about 50 feet in front of them. The bear sees the campers and begins to head toward them. The first guy drops his backpack, digs out a pair of sneakers, and frantically begins to put them on. Second guy says, "What in the hell are you doing? Sneakers aren't going to help you outrun that bear." "I don't need to outrun the bear," the first guy says. "I just got to outrun you." Stupid. And then this one here. A guy meets a sex worker in a bar. She says, "This is your lucky night. I've got a special game for you. I will do absolutely anything that you want for $300 as long as you can say it in just 3 words. The guy says, "All right, why not?" He pulls his wallet out and he grabs $300 and he puts it right there on the bar and he says slowly, "Paint my house."
Jesus. I was like the one guy walks into the bedroom of his home. He's got a pig under his arm. His wife's laying in her bed. He says, "Hey, this is the pig I've been having sex with." And the wife says, "Oh, my God, I didn't know you were doing that." He says, "I wasn't talking to you."
That's one of my favorites. And then I'll leave you with this last one here. As far as the funniest jokes according to science, and then I got one more for you guys that isn't according to science. It's the World Cup final, Ted. All right. And a man makes his way into his seat right next to the pitch. He sits down, noticing that the seat next to him is actually completely empty. He leans over and asks the guy next to him if somebody's going to be sitting there. He says, "No, that seat's empty." He says, "This is incredible. Who in their right mind would have a seat like this for the final and not use it?" The guy sitting next to him says, "Well, actually, the seat belongs to me. I was supposed to come here with my wife, but she sadly passed away. This is actually going to be the first World Cup final that we haven't been to together since we got married." He says, "Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about that. That's terrible. But still, it's the World Cup final. You couldn't find somebody else, a friend, relative, or even a neighbor to take her seat?" And he shakes his head. He says, "No, they're all at the funeral." But then while
that would be acceptable in my family.
But then while I was searching for these jokes, according to science, I did run into one that somebody has declared as this is the funniest joke of all time.
Oh, boy.
So 2 guys are out there hiking in the woods, and all of a sudden one just seizes up and he drops down dead, right? Guy freaks the hell out. He grabs his phone and he calls 911. 911, what's your emergency? He says, I think my friend's dead, man. I'm pretty sure, we were just out here hiking, and then he seized up and he dropped. He's dead, man. I don't know what to do. He's just laying here dead. Dispatcher says, all right, don't worry about it. Hang on, just calm down. Everything's going to be totally fine. We're going to send somebody out there to help you. But to help me out, we just need to, first off, we need to verify that this man is dead before we move anywhere forward, okay? All right, now what?
Oh, damn.
Wow.
A building at the University of Oxford had to be shut down, but you won't believe why, Miles.
Why did they shut that building down?
I'll tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, we made it to drinking time.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring's here. Flowers are blooming, birds are singing, and allergies? Yeah, they're back too. Sneezing, watery eyes. When they hit, you need a tissue fast. That's where Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues come in. Whether you're at home or on the go, Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues have you covered. Allergist-approved Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are gentle on your eyes and nose, so you can power through allergy season without missing a beat. Because while allergies are unpredictable, staying prepared is easy. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Every morning brings a fresh, new energy. And no matter what the day holds, we come to the Today Show for all of it.
We get the best start to the day because we started together.
Watch the Today Show weekdays at 7 a.m. on NBC.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk. And Steve, a thrill hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast Ms. Jeannie Gannon, or rather the boyfriend of one Jeannie Gannon. Actually, sorry, it's Joanne Gannon. All right. Now, we're toasting him for a very simple prank that he pulled, but it's the kind of prank that I truly appreciate. This is easy. And guys, if you're in a relationship, you can do this. It says, I was standing in line at McDonald's. This is from Joanne, and she wanted to share this with people. I was standing in line at McDonald's, and just as I got to the counter, my boyfriend kissed me. And then he loudly said, "You're the best sister ever," and walked away. The girl from McDonald's looked at me in disgust, and I've never wanted to die so much in my life.
Oh, my God.
I love that movie. You're the best sister ever. And he just rolled out. So we pour this booze.
You know the urinal one?
No.
I can't use the word, but we'll just say it rhymes with rock.
Okay.
So you just go, nice rock.
No.
Like he's got to be a big, busy urinal.
Yeah. And you got to be done.
Hey, man.
Anyone ever told you?
Last one, bro.
If you really want to slam it home, make sure they're in a stall and peek over the top. Hey, man.
Veiny.
Nice.
You more like your buddies next to you. It's busy. It's like a truck stop. Like I did it to my brother.
Dumbest thing I've seen. I was at a bar. It's like 6 of us, and we're getting ready to leave. So this one girl's boyfriend, he says, "Hey, man, before we go, let me go to the bathroom." I was like, cool. 15 seconds later, her phone dings. Send her a D-pic. She's just like, Jesus Christ. It's 10 feet away. Walked out of the bathroom with a big grin, like, yeah.
Got it. Yeah, girl.
So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola betona.
Let's get a contestant on the line now for Profile This, 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
At Danner, we believe our beloved trails will always need footsteps to keep the paths from fading, and those journeys are often better when shared. The Women's Trail Trainer was built by women for women who embrace the outdoors. Rally your girls, lace up, and blaze the trail. Resurge midsoles provide next-level comfort, while Danner's Precision Fit technology offers more custom fit with optimal support. Breathe in the scenery and feel right at home in the dirt. Explore the Women's Trail Trainer at danner.com.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up.
Going up.
But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button.
Going down.
We lowered prices and give you a 5-year price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available if at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines non-stop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please start everyone out? Profile This is played.
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Russ. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. All right, Russ, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir, I do. But hey, I just got to say that little tidbit you guys had about the restroom thing, starting over the urinals.
Yeah.
That's some funny stuff. I actually had it happen to me in Vegas. A buddy of mine, we cleared the restroom.
Yeah. Like, you got to say it to your buddy, but it freaks everybody out. Mm-hmm. They don't, and then you got to act like you don't know.
No, he looked over the urinal. He looked at me and said, "Nice rock." I looked back at him, didn't flinch, and said, "Yep, thanks. I worked very hard at it." My girlfriend at the time, another friend, was outside. They said, "Guys, I'm running out, still zipping up."
All right, Russ. Well, today you got your choice of one of 3 stories. Today, we offer you interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today, License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the problem.
You know what? Let's go for License to Spill.
A truck driver is facing charges after cargo spilled on 2 intersections in Clinton, North Carolina. This happened earlier this week. According to the Clinton Police Department, emergency personnel responded around 8:30 a.m. to reports of a spill near the intersection of College Street and Beeman Street, But upon arriving, they discovered that the driver of the truck failed to remain on the scene. And then another spill was located at the intersection of Faison Highway and Pugh Road, a little way down the highway. Now, after gathering video footage of the suspect's vehicle, police said they were able to locate the truck and the trailer at a nearby energy facility. Now, the truck driver was identified as Curtis Garley, who was operating the vehicle for a third-party contractor that's based out in Arkansas. Anyway, police said that Garley's charged with leaving the scene of a spill, failing to secure the load, littering, and operating a tractor-trailer in the business district of Clinton, which apparently is also a no-no. So keep in mind, his cargo spilled at 2 different intersections. But the question is, what was his cargo? Was it animal waste? Was it diesel fuel? Was it cow carcasses, or was it manure? So animal waste, diesel, cow carcasses, or manure? Manure.
You know what? I'm going to go with animal waste.
You're going to go the cow animal waste, number 1, Russ.
Okay. Animal waste.
I'm going to go cow carcasses.
Cow carcasses.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a big problem.
So they got the guy?
They did. They got the guy.
Did he say why he was,
I don't have that information. That is, basically he had 2 different spills at 2 different intersections, failed to stay on the scene, so he might not even have known it was happening. But they caught up with video footage. They caught up with him a little bit later.
That's manure, dude.
Manure.
Okay. What did this guy spill over the highway there? Was it animal waste, diesel fuel, cow carcasses, or manure? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
Man, that was easy.
Bulldog Rotary Hammer!
Hello?
It is I, He-Man, your inner Bosch.
Inner...
Bosch!
I'm sorry, what?
That powerful feeling you get when you can powerfully blast through concrete. Say it with me.
What, like right now?
Yes! We have the power!
The more you bosh, the more you feel like a
Nerds. Today's episode is sponsored by Smart Travel, a new podcast from NerdWallet. Want to travel like a savvy jet setter? No, that doesn't mean monogramming your passport. It means making smart decisions every step of your trip, which means knowing your options. Smart Travel unpacks the facts, like which booking sites actually save money, how to fly first class using points, and if that fancy travel card is a smart investment. All so you can save more on your next adventure. Follow Smart Travel from NerdWallet today and start traveling like a pro.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Category is licensed to spill. On Profile This, we got a North Carolina truck driver facing charges after a spill. Not one, but two. And he left the scene. Question is, when he spilled not once but twice all over the road? Was it animal waste, diesel fuel, cow carcasses, or manure?
And, Russ, that is the very question that we posed to you. Let us start with Miles Montgomery. You went with the old cow carcasses. It was not cow carcasses. D. Smith, you went with manure. It was not manure. So, Russ, that leaves you just straight up animal waste. And you are correct, sir.
Wow, what's the difference between cow carcasses, manure, and animal waste?
One of them is treated.
Oh, okay.
Just saying. Makes sense.
Now, for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today. You got Seth Meyers,
Jay,
The Jimmies,
Fallon and Kimmel,
Stephen Colbert, Tomlinson,
Taylor,
or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title. These guys have teams and talents and writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The price of coffee is higher than ever, and this is before the tariffs hit. Can you imagine the mental health crisis we're going to have in this country if people can't afford coffee in the morning? The number of workplace stabbings are about to go through the roof.
It's Fallon.
D. Ted Smith.
Kimmel.
The price of coffee is higher than ever, and this is before the tariffs hit. Can you imagine the mental health crisis we are going to have in this country if people can't afford coffee in the morning? The number of workplace stabbings is about to go through the roof.
Is that funny, Jimmy?
According to Forbes, there are now more billionaires than ever. Okay, but why can't there be more of something good like nachos or puppies eating nachos?
Colbert.
Yeah. That's Colbert.
According to Forbes, there are now more billionaires than ever. Okay, but why can't we have more than ever of something good, like nachos or puppies or puppies eating nachos?
I still think nachos are overrated sometimes in restaurants.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yesterday, when the college football national champions Ohio State were at the White House, Vice President J.D. Vance dropped the part of the trophy. In response to this, President Trump has told J.D. Vance that yes answer. Enter the transport portal. No word on who the next VP will be.
Lead Ted Smith.
Kimmel.
That was me. Sorry, that's all. Yeah, can you imagine? JD, you have to answer the portal.
Off to Harvard.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I bet he could get into another Big Ten school, or maybe he has to go to SEC now.
But if we win, you can't touch it.
All right, this is kind of a strange one. Matthew Perry, obviously he passed away a while ago. So
what?
Sorry to break the news. So Maggie Wheeler, who played Chandler's on-again, off-again girlfriend Janice on Friends. Do you remember her?
I remember the name.
She's like the stereotypical New York woman and just had an awful voice. Janice. Right? So,
Weed Week.
She also has lost her brother to addiction. And she said the day.
That's horrible.
It's hilarious.
That's horrible. It really is.
My God.
The day that Matthew passed away, she was in a neighbor's pool.
That's kind of weird.
And it's basically, there's two birds flying around. She thought that was Matthew Perry.
So she's nuts.
So she went and crazy.
Yeah, I got to paraphrase. I'm not going to get through her whole quote.
Matthew, what you doing up there?
Right. Matthew Perry just lay a fat dump on it.
Matthew Perry like birds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure stuff could happen, but I don't know. That's a strange one. Just like, yep, she was in a pool. Like she was like, I was in my neighbor's pool. Like, all right.
And they didn't even know it. Smart she left out.
All right, let's talk about some actors that nailed their roles so well. Basically, nobody else could have done it. All right, so you got movies, you got TV shows. Did any actors come to mind?
I don't get the problem is once an actor does it, that's what you picture doing. I'll tell you what, tell us the role, tell us the actor. I'm going to come up with someone else who could have done it.
All right. Well, you're not a big Harry Potter guy.
Well, what, to play Harry Potter?
It was the guy, Jason Isaacs.
Jason Isaacs.
Isaacs. Oh, yeah.
He played Lucius Malfoy.
It's a bird. You could add someone on. Who was I just picturing, man? I had the guy, if it's not him. Christ, what is this dude's name?
What are we talking here?
It's another guy that plays a villain a lot.
Oh. Well, there's a lot of those.
Well, I know, man, but he kind of has that uppity air about him. You know, I cannot think of the actor, but they did nail it. I'm just saying there's someone else who could have done it.
All right.
I mean, Alf couldn't have played E.T.
They're both brown.
I need the phone home.
All right,
give me the goddamn phone. I'm trying to call my mom. So hard about this, man.
Come on.
You got one in your kitchen.
Touch me. Tim Curry is Dr. Frankfurter.
You could have had Martin Short play that role.
Where's Dr. Frankfurter from?
From the Rocky
Germany.
Mountain Horror Picture Show.
Oh,
is it?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, Frankenfurter.
All right, here's a tough one.
Okay.
Leonard Nimoy. Spock.
Who else could have played Spock?
At the time, I don't... Man.
I mean, they got Zachary Quinto now. I get
Right,
it.
and he
But
did
they
a great
modeled
job.
it on...
I got one.
Who?
I'd say Ray Wilson.
Telly Savalas.
What, in
You know
Casino?
No, Telly Savalas.
He may... Kojak.
Kojak.
You know what? Yeah, if he just had to be stoic about it, he could have played that.
And he's already bald. Just put those pointy ears on.
Could Kojak had hair?
No, Spock had hair.
No, what I'm
Kojak
saying
was
is,
bald.
could you put in
Spock
So if
as
it
a
wasn't
bald
Telly
Spock?
Savalas, right? Could you put in a guy with hair?
To play Kojak?
Could he be Kojak?
I mean, not now, but if he did, I mean, could you have a bald Beretta?
What if he wore a hairpiece? Like a toupee?
That part of his disguise?
What about like Bob Newhart playing Spock?
Bob Newhart.
I mean, that'd be a strange one.
That would be bad.
I'm
Thing
pretty
is,
sure we're
you
going to
could-
die.
You could have older stoic actors, I believe, play that part.
That's what I mean.
Classically trained theater actors could play that dry,
Yeah.
you know.
All right. Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Keith Richards.
Correct.
Colin Farrell could have played that.
Now Keith played his dad.
That's right. You're right. Colin Farrell can pull off a role like that. I mean, all you got to do is kind of act like a half-drunken idiot all the time.
Right, but he also lives that
Johnny
role.
Depp, like, he suits it, but I think a lot of people could have pulled that off.
What about Nick Cage?
No one.
God.
Nick Cage, I mean, I don't.
Have you seen the promo for his new movie coming out?
No.
It's like an old school Western. For some reason, talk like this all the time. Why is the rum gone?
Have you ever seen Our Flag Means Death on HBO?
No.
It's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean meets, I don't know, some kind of comedy troupe.
Like Spinal Tap or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It's absolutely fantastic.
All right. Here's a good one. James Gandolfini. Again, these are actors who nailed their roles so well, nobody else could do it. Gandolfini is Tony Soprano.
I think he did a great job. I think you could find another unknown actor to play that part.
To play a mobster.
Because you don't know him
do.
going in. So, anybody could do that, I think.
Another thing against mobsters, they're kind of dime a dozen, and I think that because every time they cast a movie, it's usually 6 of the same guys.
Like
Robert
Paul
De Niro, Joe
Sorvino could have played that.
Right, man. There's other Italian actors out there that can be mobsters. It seems like so many of them are
You would
the same guy.
you would just know them.
Yeah.
Where this guy, you didn't know.
Right, because Gandolfini was already an actor.
Well, not as widely known, obviously.
Right, because it's like people went back and saw him in the famous movie with smoking weed, criminals.
Smoking criminals.
Brad Pitt's in there. Gandolfini's one of the gangsters.
True Romance.
True Romance, right. You go back and then you see like, oh, yeah, he was in that, this and that. Tell you what, though, Gandolfini had some movies I liked. There was a whole one about a prison, and it's like they got these soldiers, it's a military prison.
All right.
But damn good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I forget the
So I kept this watch.
All right, Mike Myers is Austin Powers.
He did a great job. I mean, those type of guys, those Robin Williams type of actors where they can do all kinds of, I don't know. I think they're unique.
You think like a Will Ferrell could pull that off, though?
I think he could have.
Or John C. Reilly?
Different interpretation. It'd have been a little, right, but I think we'd all walk away with the same vibe. I think, yeah.
I think sometimes John C. Reilly could almost do half of Will Ferrell's roles.
I think he's a good dramatic actor. He's a great comedic actor. Like, he's a very good actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
His biggest problem is he is so funny when he does stupid roles that people forget that he's really good in drama.
I have to tell you, you won't know. I was Mike Honcho.
Mike Honcho.
Well, we always reference the Will Ferrell movies, but like Walk Hard or
the Dewey Cox story.
The Dewey Cox story. I mean, that is just top to bottom. I can watch the movie all the time.
A few good ones that came in. I agree with these. So as far as someone to play Spock, could have had Ben Kingsley, a.k.a. Gandhi.
He would have overacted it.
He might, but Spock is so dry. I mean, there's not much to overact.
The problem is that you would have believed that Spock was real.
Well, it's a good thing.
Right.
As far as Captain Jack Sparrow, they say Jim Carrey.
Yeah, he could do that 100%.
Right. And let's see, Danny DeVito is Tony Soprano.
Oh, no.
He
played hardcore,
I mean, right? Joe Pesci always plays a tough guy, and I don't think Joe Pesci is much taller than Danny DeVito.
No, he's not. Oh, sorry.
He's
a tiny little man.
Right? Like, I've seen them together in the same room. All right, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
No one will pull it off like him, but inevitably anyone could have played him. Like, I love what he did with the guys, so you're not going to, like, imitate that, but it didn't matter who they cast for that role. It's like, you're going to be Iron Man.
It could have been Hugh Jackman. It could have been anybody. Because once you put on
Hugh Jackman wouldn't have been right.
All right.
Not for Iron Man.
Right. But Hugh Jackman's another one that I'd put in there. Like, who else is going to play Wolverine at this point? Like, he's just done so much with that character that you can't.
I'm going to do 10 movies as Wolverine. Try to replace me.
It's like when they were threatening to make another Blade movie. Like, no. There's one Blade.
Wesley Snipes.
That's right.
Always bet on me.
Let's say Gene Wilder is Willy Wonka.
That's a good call.
Now I think that one's open to a ton of people.
Really? The Gene Wilder Willy Wonka. He was so. Watch that movie again. I'm telling you, he's creepy as F, man.
I think he did a great job in Bride of Frankenstein.
Sure.
That's probably the one you can't replace.
Am I confusing Gene Wilder? Oh, I'm confusing him with Arthur. The guy that was always
Dudley Moore?
Dudley Moore, the guy that was always like kind of hammered. So I read this earlier today. I was like, well, if Dudley Moore played it, there's a bunch of people that can play it. I mean, he was kind of funny for what he did. Let's see this. Betty White, my kind of woman. We've heard. What's that?
Is it dead?
Well, you'll hear this in the story. She lived to be 99. She often credited her longevity to her positive attitude, and people are saying maybe junk food. Betty reportedly ate a hot dog every day.
Yeah, girl.
Really?
Also notorious for loving her vodka.
Ooh.
Vodka and hot dogs.
I don't care that I know you like a hot dog. That's not the question. The question is, what do you like on the hot dog? The hot dog is a blank canvas.
Right.
It's like saying you like that as
A
art.
blank canvas, yes.
It really is. And it's up to you to make that hot dog come alive. I don't care that she had a hot dog every day. I want to know what she put on her hot dog.
What if she ate it with no bun? Nothing.
I wanna
No
know-
condiments, no bun. She just ate a hot dog.
You made hot dogs on Sunday.
Correct.
First thing I wanted to know was how'd you do? Did you boil them? Did you grill them? What did you put on top of it? Did you have?
Oh, actually, I cut little slits at them. I sprinkled them with a little Dano's original and threw them in the air fryer.
You put Dano's on it?
How's air fried hot dog?
Great, man.
Is it
Comes
good?
out crispy.
Okay.
What time of day, even if you're Betty White's, too early for a hot dog?
Too early for a hot dog?
Yeah.
9 a.m.
If you saw somebody eating a hot dog for breakfast, what would you think?
I would think that's weird. I would definitely think that's weird.
10:30 is good.
Yeah. I mean, you can figure construction workers got to be hammering down big bites early.
They get a break on everything, though.
They do. All right, so it wasn't just the hot dog, the vodka. I was going to say Megan Flattery. She worked with Betty in a 2011 Hallmark film. It says Betty would eat chocolate cake for breakfast.
Damn,
girl.
Hot dogs, chocolate cake, and vodka.
I like the way she says this quote, like a real, true legend. She did mention, like, look, Betty liked to drink, but she also said, in Betty White's defense, she was always like a super professional.
Sure. I'm professional.
Super.
I mean, look, she lived to be 99.
What are you going to say?
And, like, she might be one of those people. Betty White would strike me as like she goes back to her trailer, and it's like she's only going to have 2 of these vodka sodas.
But she's going to have them.
Right. And they're going to be strong.
Where's
There will
the lime?
be right there. Exactly. There's fruit in there. She's got it like in a decanter, like the vodka. It looks all fancy.
Next to her hot dog.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down. I'm down to drink vodka and eat hot dogs with chicks.
I would do that.
Yeah.
That sets dating profile.
Sounds like the Red Hot.
Down to drink vodka and eat hot dogs with chicks.
It's right by your house, Mike. Just go to the Red Hot.
That's right.
He's single and available in your area.
That'd be weird to make eye contact with some chick while you got a hot dog in your mouth.
Yeah, is that a Tacoma dog right there?
Well, it's a foot long. It's fine. Netflix slate, you got a brand new episode of Everybody's Live with John Mulaney. I don't know if any of you guys have watched it yet. That's a pretty funny show.
I have not.
He brings a lot of different people together, and it's all live.
Okay. All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. We appreciate it. Headlines are coming up next. You are listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. University building closes for fear that birds will drop rocks on students' heads. Meanwhile, a woman walks into a beer cooler and leaves behind her ham and eggs. Passenger on a plane gets sprayed in the head with other passengers' lunch. A Michigan bookstore moves locations one book at a time. They had a bunch. And a raccoon's life is saved thanks to a Tide Pod. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's Mike Hawk.
On our top story, we go to the University of Oxford, where a shutdown was in order. The Blavatnik School of Government had to close its doors due to vandalism, in which case the glass roof of the building had been broken. But they could see this coming. Reports had been coming in over the last week that several rocks had been heard and seen bouncing off of the rooftop glass, until finally the damage was done and repairs were in order. But no troublesome students were making this ruckus, no. It was actually a flock of seagulls that, for whatever reason, had been dropping rocks on the glass. Eventually, one was able to damage the roof, and they hope to reopen the building
That's
soon.
what they do. Mm-hmm. I used to find crab shells down on my driveway, and when they went up to put my solar panels on,
yeah,
I had crab shells all through my gutters.
Oh no!
Because they're dropping them on the roof to break them open.
They fly back up. They eat them.
That wouldn't work though.
So that's why they do it, because they believe that's actually concrete instead of glass.
Oh no! Did you actually see that video?
I did not.
Of that thing just grabbing it, just dropping it on the ground. It's wild, dude. In other news, a helpful passerby was the key piece of the puzzle in helping out a distressed animal. Officials were called to the scene of a raccoon that was spotted stuck in a storm drain. They arrived to find nothing but the head of the animal poking through the drain cover and immediately started trying different methods of freeing it. They were able to remove the drain cover, but the raccoon was still stuck, and it took the quick thinking of a kind passerby to free the little fella, as the Samaritan opened up a pair of laundry detergent pods to use as lubricant for the animal. He was eventually freed and turned over to an animal control officer.
And smelled fantastic.
I was going to say, man, now you got soap in your eyes.
My eyes are burning.
Jesus.
Got the fabric softener on there, so good and fluffy. While flying is not the most pleasant experience, a couple ladies on a short hopper had a rather bad one. In a video making the rounds online, the woman admits that she needs to vent about her experience. She was on a bird from D.C. to JFK. Okay, Dulles to JFK. That's
not a long flight.
No,
not a long flight at all.
40 minutes maybe?
Right.
Something like that.
You spend more time on the ground than you do in the air.
Absolutely.
But she says that while the plane was landing, it got a little turbulent, which is when she heard vomiting coming from the man seated behind her.
All right.
Not thinking much of it initially, she was eventually tapped on the shoulder by the woman seated next to her, which is when she saw that the man's yak had landed on the both of them.
All right.
While taxiing on the ground, she made a couple calls for flight attendants that was given cocktail napkins.
Cocktail napkins.
I mean, those are not going to cut it.
No, they're not.
Come on,
But at the same point, it's like, what else do they have back there?
They don't have any rags.
Maybe.
I mean, I guess you're right. It's not a bar. You can't ask for a bar rag.
And for that small of a flight, it's not like they're going to have a whole lot in there.
Sure.
You know, they don't.
You would just think they have rags.
Or
a towel.
They don't
or
even
something.
have drink service at this
So
point.
could this guy not get up and go to the bathroom real quick? I mean,
They were
that
landing.
close to landing? All right.
They were landing.
So you still have a bag in front of you, right? Or
Right.
Do you
Well,
not?
she thinks it may have been a kid, too.
No, it was somebody.
Oh, it was
yeah,
an
you
adult.
said it smelled
It was
like
a dude.
stale beer.
Oh.
Yeah, he was drunk. He was drunk.
He was hammered.
She lodged a complaint with the airline following the incident, believing that they dropped the ball on customer service as this was what she called a biohazard situation. They initially offered her 3,000 miles for the incident, but upped it to 20,000 when she pressed them harder. She's still not satisfied with their response and puts no blame on the man that rallied
Is that
on her.
20,000 miles on your account?
I believe.
Or is that 20,000 miles that you get to fly on
Account.
them?
Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
I
Gotcha.
guarantee it's the account.
I know,
it
and
has
that's what I'm
to be
saying.
the
Like,
account.
you can sign up for a credit card and get 50,000 points right off the bat without doing a damn thing.
Exactly.
So come on.
And
people.
basically, I looked it up, and 20,000, they comped her flight, is what that is.
All right. Well,
I kind of respect that she's like, look, I'm not mad at the guy, but we got to clean this up.
Have a cocktail napkin.
See, no, she needs to be mad at the guy. She doesn't hold him accountable at all. Like, he was loaded when he got on this flight, and then he yacked on him, and then...
How do you know that? You could have had 2 beers and the turbulence made a puke.
We can still grab a barf bag.
It
As
reeked
an
of stale
adult,
beer,
grab the
man.
barf bag, man.
right, exactly. He could have had food poisoning, had a couple beers.
Right.
Or he could have been hammered.
Aim down when you Ralph, man.
Right.
Like, no, I'm sorry. I'm putting this on the
Look,
dude. It is not on the airline to have a full-on this dude yacked cleanup kit on the flight that they stop everything to pull everybody out there to clean this up.
Dude, I would definitely puke between my legs on the floor.
Yes.
Or somewhere else, just not directly in front projectile.
You're not going to go Old Faithful on this thing.
That tells me that it just came on and he went, blah.
Yeah.
Which normally happens if you're sick.
And he was visibly intoxicated. The guy was loaded. Like, come on, man. Hold it together for a 45-minute flight, will you?
Or use the bag.
Or use the bag. And use the bag. Hold it together and use the bag. Like, we don't have that long here. Oh, they dropped the ball. No, they didn't. They got you cocktail napkins to help you clean the damn thing up because that's what they got. And it's not like they served the guy.
Right.
You know? They shouldn't have let this happen. Like, they're not serving drinks on that flight. I'm sorry.
There's not much they can do.
No.
That is true.
I'm sorry. To Pennsylvania, where you can't even trust the beer caves anymore. Surveillance footage was reviewed after someone went into a convenience store beer cave to find that somebody had defecated on one of the shelves. Footage revealed that a woman had gone into the cave, pushed back a case of beer, and dropped a big old hot one right there on the shelf. She was eventually apprehended and charged, and about $80 worth of merchandise was lost.
I like that. I like the not that. I like the fact
like
that.
I like that. That's good.
I like that a small convenience store has a walk-in beer cooler.
Yeah.
That means if you want a cold case of beer,
Exactly.
you can go in and get it.
Right.
I always walk in if there's one.
Hell yeah.
Just to look around.
What do we got in here?
That's exactly right.
Well, Pennsylvania has a ton of them, too. So they got all those weird laws.
They do have a lot of weird. With
like-
booze, yeah.
Right. It's like if you want to buy a case of beer, like you can only buy a 12-pack at a time. You got to go to a distributor.
Really?
And that's why they have
Oh,
these giant walk-ins.
Huh.
And you could get like a case there.
And a
Or-
big old meaty chud.
Yeah, or there's like weird things. Like I remember from my dad, we were buying O'Doul's, and they were like, "Well, you're at a distributor, you gotta buy a case." Like, you don't need a goddamn case of them. They were like,
Case
"That's-
of them. Come on.
Yeah,
That's rules, man. But just in case those stories left a bad taste in your mouth,
Thankfully, there's good news.
cute story out of Michigan. A local independent bookstore was about to move from its long-standing location to another spot just around the corner and put out a request for the community for any volunteers to help them move. You can imagine their surprise when 300 residents showed up on moving day to volunteer. Given that they didn't have far to go, they formed a pair of human chains that extended from the old location around the corner to the new one and moved the inventory one book at a time. In total, the group effort relocated more than 9,000 books, 9,100 actually,
Damn.
in less than 2 hours.
All right, not
just
bad.
one right
Yeah.
after the other. It's a fun little video.
Well, it's easier to alphabetize that way. You just take one off the shelf at a time, and take it down the chain line, and away you go.
That's exactly what they were doing. Like the
Right.
video goes all the way into the new store, and there's a dude at the end of the chain just putting them on the shelf as they come in.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do that. Like Castle will come over to my house, right?
Yeah.
He'll start listening to my albums, and I'll go back and look for an album. And it's like it's S, you know what I mean? It's Steely Dan, whatever the hell it is, and he puts it in the B's.
Come on.
And I'm just like, you
Can you read?
Right, son of a.
Come on,
Come
man.
on, you know better than that.
Books, DVDs,
You're just
movies,
doing this because you
albums.
know it will bother me.
Everything is alphabetized. Come on, man. It takes a minute to
He'll
do
go
that
in there
too.
and like scramble my pillows up just because he knows it drives me nuts.
Oh, so he's doing it on purpose?
Oh yeah,
That makes it fun.
yeah.
Men's Room Sports brought to you by the fine folks at Sports on What. You've got NBA basketball, NHL hockey, and the Mariners are in the midst of Game 2 against the Reds in Cincinnati. Find out where to watch all those games in one convenient location. It is called the Sports on What app. As far as the weather, clear skies and light winds tonight bring things down to about 42 overnight. Tomorrow we can expect clear skies and a high of 66. And all week long, we are celebrating that fine thing known as Wheat Week, where we draw one name out of the bowl, and it is up to you, the listeners, to listen to the program for any of the clues to figure out who we got drawn out of the bowl. And for everybody that voted for the Ted Smith, congratulations, you are the winners there.
Nice work.
Good work today, Ted.
I tried.
I tried it. And that is it for your headlines. With that, Mike Hawk is out.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you next time for the return of Big Dummy, the head chef. You are all about fish sandwiches.
Fish sandwiches, and we'll talk a little Easter candy.
Lovely
Easter
Jolene
candy.
coming up next.
Yes, indeed, it's all true, but in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best, and for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
Now is the perfect time to start on your next success. An accredited state university, University of Maryland Global Campus offers online and hybrid courses. Plus, you can earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 14th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The brand new Grand Casino in Shoreline is now open. Step into the action with Vegas-style table games like Baccarat, Heads Up Hold'em Poker, Pai Gow, Blackjack, and High Card Flush. Feeling hungry? Feast on delicious Chinese, Vietnamese, and continental dishes plus breakfast favorites. Dine in or take out. And don't miss daily happy hours from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. to midnight. Grand Casino in Shoreline off Aurora. Open daily from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. Visit GrandCasinoGaming.com. Welcome to the Grand Experience.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are designed to outlast and outlive, backed by Toyota's legendary reputation for reliability. So get in a Tundra with the available iForce Max Hybrid engine, delivering exceptional torque and towing capacity. Or check out a Tacoma. With available off-road features like crawl control, it can take you beyond the trails. Toyota trucks are built to last. So don't wait. Get yours today. Visit buyatoyota.com for deals and more. Toyota, let's go places.
Spring's here. Flowers are blooming, birds are singing, and allergies? Yeah, they're back too. Sneezing, watery eyes. When they hit, you need a tissue fast. That's where Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues come in. Whether you're at home or on the go, Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues have you covered. Allergist-approved Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are gentle on your eyes and nose, so you can power through allergy season without missing a beat. Because while allergies are unpredictable, staying prepared is easy. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex.
Every morning brings a fresh, new energy.
This is Today with
And no matter what the day holds, we come to the Today Show for all of it.
When things are tough, we talk about it. When there's something to figure out, we dig into it. And when there's joy, we celebrate it.
Because today is where it's all happening. We get the best start to every morning because we start it together.
Watch the Today Show with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin, weekdays at 7 a.m. on NBC.